And we're live. There you go.
Hey.
Everyone can see you now, except Alasdair, who is a black screen. For reasons that we will not explain right now.
We have redacted Alasdair.
That's right. He refused to join in the growth chant we were doing, and that's why we have to censor him now.
The ultimate cancellation.
That's it, yeah. Cancelled by Rachel Reeves for not chanting growth.
Extradited to a secure location.
Yeah.
Alasdair's going to Guantanamo Bay because he wouldn't say growth.
Oh god. Please. Please.
As long as I can bring my undisclosed meal with me.
Yeah. The perfect bag meal.
Okay. So we're back. What does everyone remember about the last session? What were you all up to? Does anyone remember anything?
Probably some bullshit.
I read some notes, and apparently there were rich people, and they've gone missing.
There are some rich people that have gone missing, that's right. That's what you're currently investigating.
I got banged.
Yeah, Maritalus. The guy who was the enchanter who was topless for some fucking reason in his shop. A decision, I have no clue why that was the decision I made, but I'm pretty glad I did it.
Listen, we're in the sovereignty. Like, if it's anything like Italy or southern France, everyone's going to be topless for no reason.
Topless and was baking cookies at the same time as well. Which was like...
Yeah, Italy and fucking Nottingham and stuff like that. They're all similar in that they all insist on taking their shirts off.
Yeah,
that's right. Nottingham famously honorary part of it.
Yeah. That's why we have a really good Italian place here. Actually, we have two really good Italian places here, but only one does pizza, and that's the one I go to because I like good pizza.
It's just like Glasgow as well.
Yeah, also part of Italy. Very
quite a few
little known
Italian Scots aren't there? So
there's so many city-states they didn't really finish consolidating them all when they unified Italy.
Yeah, Risorgimento skipped out,
and that's why Glasgow and Edinburgh hate each other because Glasgow is part of Italy and Edinburgh's the Athens of the North, which is Greece, obviously. Anyway, we got out of track very quickly there. We'll try to find some rich people.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So
I have finished my spaghetti.
That's good.
Yeah.
Happy
New Year, President Xi.
And nobody.
Our FOIA request went through. Alice has been unredacted.
Yeah. Nobody touched Alasdair's spaghetti, and that's the most important thing. There were other things that happened in this city. Let me see what I've got here. You have commissioned some enchanted objects, but I forgot who enchanted which one, which is pretty good. Good on my part. So you got a crossbow, a dagger, and a rapier. I'm going to assume the rapier is art.
I think
it was, right?
Yeah, I think the rapier was mine.
I don't...
Or also the dagger? Did you get both?
Entirely possible.
I think I might have done, because I do a rapier and a dagger as my standard weapon set.
Yeah,
so
and I don't understand why video games don't let you dual wield these two weapons. Just as a complaint about Baldur's Gate 3 real quick. I don't understand why they don't let you do that. Because it's...
What, a rapier and a dagger?
Yeah.
I think they do.
Do they?
You can if you're a rogue. If you're a rogue, you can.
That's it. I never played a rogue.
Right.
I'm too busy playing dumbass ranger characters.
I'm pretty sure there's no reason you shouldn't be able to use an offhand weapon in the other classes, because I couldn't find anything against it in the rules, but maybe I missed something. But
I don't care. Basically, if there is something in the rules against it, I don't give a shit. It sounds cool.
I added to my dagger when I made up that dagger, my backstory dagger, that it can be used as an offhand weapon, just in case it is against the rules. So no one come at me.
General rule is dual wielding is cool, and so I will allow it in all circumstances, unless it's two rapiers, in which case I won't allow it because that doesn't make any sense.
I'm dual wielding pistols then.
I mean, yeah, if you can find pistols, like I don't give a shit. It's cool.
Elfin gets 2 crossbows by accident, maybe.
I'll give you mini crossbows.
Yeah, I found a duplication glitch.
Basically, if you could persuade me that it's cool, I'll let it happen.
Like Angriff wouldn't want a rapier, dagger, or crossbow.
Oh yeah, you all had a really good night out. that ended in a shisha
Oh, that's
den, as I
true.
recall. And then Angriff was like, "No, I've had enough of being fun for one night," and then left. Which, you know,
Yeah.
it's normal. Very, very normal.
Are you telling me that that's out of character? I don't think so.
No.
No.
To be fair, I think also I might have wound him up.
That doesn't sound like you.
That doesn't sound like art at all.
Yeah, that doesn't
No.
sound right.
But yeah, you had just left the house of the person who had theoretically. Your theory is that these two young people were eloping together, but then confusingly the family seemed okay with them getting married. So why elope?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting questions. And you know that all the rich young people, they hang out at a place called the Horse and Hippogriff, which is a fantastic randomly generated name.
I thought you were about to say the horse and hypocrite.
No, that would have been better.
That'd be an amazing name for a
We've
pub.
already had the Horse and Horse. Like,
Horse is just a very common part.
yeah, I think just like everyone has horses in their societies here, and so it's just like, yeah, we name the pubs after horses. How could that be wrong? It makes sense. It makes some sense, at least. But also, your just so you know, your Adventurers Guild one is the Goat and Goliath, which is somehow an even funnier image.
Yeah.
So I'm not
What
quite.
are those two doing?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with maybe the tavern generator is not good, but at the same time, it's produced these excellent names. So
Maybe they're enemies to lovers.
From Aberdeen.
Is a goat? Does a goat count as a twink? Discuss. Don't.
In this essay, I will.
okay, so you.
Well, goats
you,
are associated
You
with the
are
devil.
outside the house of the merchant Naglis, and you know that the young folk, the young people younger than you, they like to go out late. And so it is just about late morning, early afternoon as you step out of his house. Sun is high in the sky. You've got this beautiful inner city to explore, and you've got a bit of time to kill. And you're looking into these missing persons.
They were. What do we get? Am I wrong in saying they were supposed to have been picked up at like by the river?
You knew that was that the last place they're often seen is by the river.
Right. Shall we do like a wander to the river and like investigate by there?
Yeah, let's do some investigation.
Okay, this will go really well. So you make your way down through the neighborhoods to the riverbank. You see the passing merchant ships going upriver, coming to the estuary. You over to your right as you're facing the riverbank. There are sort of the merchant docks, and you see people unloading, loading, whatever. To your left, you see this much more sort of pleasant, much more sort of well taken care of part of the riverbank that you suspect is used for general leisure, that sort of thing. But your short time in the city, you've realized the inner city is really fucking rich because everything is really expensive, as you recall, and you were going to get paid a lot of money for solving this. An amount of money that I may have forgotten. So you could tell me basically any amount of money and I would have to go along with it. So
I mean,
It
I
was
have it written down.
100,000.
did you
Don't.
write it down?
I was going to add a couple of zeros. It was
100,000 each.
100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew
That was in advance. That was in advance. We already got the 100,000 each.
It's being kept
That's
in
right.
a secure location for you. Because you don't have bank accounts, because you're, well, you.
We
Yeah,
are
this one
fine
hasn't invented
people.
fractional reserve lending yet.
Yeah. No one's done modern monetary theory
We
yet.
haven't done
Yeah.
we haven't done currency standards. The coins are all
No, yeah, but-
shaped and
They're all on the mithril standard. It's really hard to get, you know.
Okay. But, to your left, you do see like the occasional, obviously wealthy person just sort of milling about. You know in this city now that marriages can have up to 3 people in them. You see thruples. I guess I hate that word. I fucking hate that word. But it's canonically in the universe now, so we have to use it. You see them walking around. It's generally quite a pleasant life. It's alien to art. In fact, it's alien to all of you, probably. This sort of leisurely life where you don't have to worry about anything. But it is a pleasant... It's a pleasant but slightly humid day because you're by the sea and by a massive river. But it is quite warm. Kind of like, southern Italy kind of vibes on the Italy front.
Can we ask the Thruples if they know the missing people?
I want you to
Specifically the Thruples.
I want you to
and I want to call them Thruples.
I want you to describe a Thruple to me. I want you to describe them to me. What one you are approaching. I want you to decide.
Okay, so we have a Goliath woman. And two tiny gnomes. One with bright pink hair and one with bright blue hair. They're both male, and they're both looking up to this Goliath with love you've never seen before. They look enthralled.
Hi, we're Team Normal, and this is Fetish Corner.
Yeah. I'm sort of...
What is barely disguised fetish?
God, the thing is, it's not even the writers, it's... Okay.
Listen, sometimes you become the DM whisperer and you have to lead into it.
I thought we said we weren't doing that rule where you get to be a DM for 60 seconds.
I was so sure it was going to be something stupid that I just had to let it happen, and now it has happened.
Yeah.
So the Goliath is the lady, the two gnomes
Yeah.
Did we
We've
specify?
got like a dragon and donkey scenario.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly,
right.
that's what we're going for. But two donkeys.
So you've
Two
approached...
donkeys, yeah.
better.
So both can climb up in there.
Okay, so you've approached this group. This couple.
And they're Italian. Don't forget they're Italian.
Except they're not Italian. But okay.
Hey, you let me design these. They all have an Italian accent. Really strong one as well.
It's Mario and Luigi.
I'm a Luigi. I won't get into it now.
And they jump up, they say, Yahoo!
Yahoo! Okay. Okay, you have approached them, and they look a bit confused as to this group of people approaching them and why you're approaching, especially because Art's fucking filthy, presumably.
I'm not approaching anyone. I'm letting...
It's all Barb.
It's all Barb.
Barb just walked up to them and everyone stood way the fuck back.
Dressed as a fucking janissary, has walked up to this throuple who are looking at her with mild curiosity. The Goliath towering over everyone in this conversation.
Greetings, lovebirds. I am looking for some...
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, please continue.
I'm very pleased to meet you. Me and my friends over here, don't worry about them. They're just staying back because they're just intimidated by your beauty. We're here looking for some missing rich people. You might have heard of them. They eloped, but now they're gone. And their family say they're okay with it, so I don't understand why. Could you please, you three specifically, help us and stay around with us for the next few hours to help with this investigation?
Yeah, stay around for the next few hours to annoy our DM.
I'm just going to roll a stealth check to, hide from this point.
Yeah, please. I might roll a stealth check for myself real quick. Just
17 for me.
Yeah, no, don't worry. No, they don't even know you're there. The Goliath decides to speak for them because the two gnomes are so fucking confused that they don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with the situation. Also, Barb is frozen, which is kind of funny on my screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Barb is frozen. The cringe was so much she
frozen
froze.
like this.
I know. Oh no. Oh dear. I don't know how I'm gonna pull through this, to be honest. Alright, eat some food. Oh. Okay, don't worry, I haven't given their reply yet.
By sheer force of will, crash the internet.
The Goliath answers on their behalf. They're kind of leans down a bit and goes, "We don't know what you're talking about. Not random people on the street don't know about everything that's going on.
But I'm not from around here, so I just have to keep asking.
Yeah. It'd be funny if Paul's rejoinder was, but I'm not asking a random person, I'm asking you.
Exactly. You look very knowledgeable. You see a lot of things because you're very tall.
The Goliath politely declines to respond and just walks away with the gnomes.
Barb turns to Art, who's presumably like at least 3 meters away, and goes, "Did I do good?"
Art is in a shadow.
No, you don't know where Art is. You turn back and you just see Elfin and Angriff
Where'd she
standing there
go?
stunned at the events that have just transpired.
No, none of them were Italian, so I was clearly got the wrong people.
What's Italy?
I'll emerge from a shadow somewhere. Like, how about instead of whatever that was,
We do something
Detective
else.
work.
anything else? I mean, the question I guess that I'd have most for them is curious, like how things work, and now it's distracting. But so instead of that, how about we take first? Let's take the more fancy side of the river and have a wee sort of nose around, see if there's any evidence of like anything off or odd on the sort of nice side. And then if we don't see anything, we can go by the shitty side.
Yeah, and then we can find another Goliath.
And then we can find another Goliath, and that'll.
Do we have
What?
to do that bit?
No, I just think it would be fun.
It's good practice for Barb.
Yeah.
Interaction, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an investigation score above +3? Because mine's +3, and we're probably going to need to do an investigation check.
Yeah.
Mine is +5.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Hey, my intelligence is,
Yeah.
decent.
Art's an intelligent guy. We're not denying that. It's just
Yeah.
My
the
wisdom
other
is -1.
We've all met many such people in our past.
Oh, I'm in.
I can think of some really smart ways to get into shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an honorary -1 wisdom vote plus 6.
Honorary -1.
Spiritually, it's -1, but in reality, it's quite
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, if you roll a natural 20, you have to like half it.
Yeah.
New rules.
Okay, so we're just walking along the rich side of the bank. Art, who's doing the investigation? So Art, and you can have one other just sort of roll just to help him out with it.
My
Give me
investigation is
two
like -1.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll,
I'd
I'll,
say
I'll
just-
help out Art then.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm Barb.
The dream team. All right, so you're walking
Yeah.
along. What are you exactly looking at as you walk along? Like, what are you looking for? What areas are you looking at?
I guess, like, if there's any kind of like evidence of breakages or something, as if there's been like a
Struggle.
scuffle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or then, like, secondly, any evidence of like a magic thing that might have happened to take people away.
Okay. And
Because you'd imagine if something happened, if there was a kidnapping that happened, you'd see some signs at the bank, right? So
Yeah, like if they were walking pleasantly down the promenade.
and then just pulled in by like an avalanche.
Yeah,
or
like a
something.
giant hook.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
got-
a
yeah, I got
Muppet
you.
style. Yeah.
yeah,
So
if they
are
see
we-
a giant hook, well,
Yeah, well, you'll know for a fact that's the. But yeah, so you're
Yeah.
focusing mainly on the bank, river, just sort of like the water and the edge of the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So roll
Oh
an
my God.
investigation check as you're walking along.
Do we both roll this, or do I roll this with advantage?
you get advantage,
for
I
I think
health?
yeah, you get advantage because
Okay.
we've established that as the
Okay.
way we do this.
Well, that's good because that first one was 9, and that second one was 22. So that's better.
Ooh.
Huh.
Okay, so you walk along the bank, and you don't really catch anything specific along the bank. What catches your attention is this. It's like the slightest thing where the water in the river by the bank is slightly discolored, like just slightly different. It's like the finest difference. Like you would not have caught this if you hadn't been really specifically. If you hadn't specifically told me this was where you were looking, you wouldn't have seen it. But it's a very slightly bluer bit of the water.
Does anyone have any arcana that they would be able to have a think about something like that?
Well,
Extra
that's all.
blue water.
Yeah.
That's
Elfin,
all.
detect blue water.
Mountain Dew. The new Mountain Dew
Damn,
flavor.
damn, guys! You seen how blue this water is?
Well, I can't
Damn, that's
believe
crazy.
I can't believe water is blue. Huh.
Am I just getting shot on by the party by finding something? Look.
Maybe their piss is blue. Maybe we don't.
What? Ask with Thruple if their piss is blue, and we'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I could have done, but you all made fun of me and hid it in the corner.
Don't get
We don't know
indignant.
what colour Goliath piss is.
I rolled 11. But...
okay. It just looks like water to you, Elfin.
Yeah.
It could,
Yo, that's water, dude.
there could be some like copper sulfate in the water, you guess. But that's not magical. It's just copper sulfate.
Does anyone have detect magic? Do I have detect magic? Actually, I'll have a look.
Do I have detect magic?
Oh, I've got detect
Wait,
magic.
Oh,
I've got
I just need to
real.
I just need to double check whether this is magic or not. I'm just gonna very quickly double check it. Okay,
And here's
no.
a fun bit of like
Okay,
mechanical
okay.
bit of mechanical stuff for having high intelligence but low wisdom is that my passive investigation is 15 and my passive passive insight is 9.
So you can trick art really easily into all sorts of things. This
would be a really interesting twist on like the Sherlock Holmes story where he keeps figuring things out, like the clues out, but he can't figure out why the person did it.
that's me playing any like investigation game for real.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh no, I know
man.
everything, but I just can't figure out who did this. Like,
We in the end we're all Harry Dubois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Columbo.
oh god, my New Year's Eve where I did the Harry Dubois special. God fucking damn it.
Did you drive a car into a lake?
No, I did. I did pretty much the exact like combination of chemical things that he did by entire accident. I did remember who I was the next day, but I didn't feel great.
Did you solve that murder?
I did not solve the murder. It went unsolved, and then a strike got broken. It was a whole thing. Anyway,
But you didn't do racism, so
no, I didn't internalize Measurehead's racial theory, which was probably for the fucking best, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you didn't join Storm's cabinet.
No. Anyway, who's casting Detect Magic then? Which one of you is doing it?
I can do it at will.
Yeah,
Like-
then you may as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely something magic going on here.
Yeah, there's
There
definitely
is
something
magic.
There is
going on.
magic, like that's pretty explicitly what it's meant to tell you.
Magic.
Okay, I'm going to
Can I,
ask
like,
this before I
clamber
do it
down?
because I'm going to ask this before I do it because I've learned that sometimes I act on instinct and it embarrasses the party. So I'm going to ask before I do this: should I put my hand in the blue water?
Okay, well, I was gonna say I was gonna take a sample with a jar or a jug or something, and not just stick my hand in it.
I'll remind you that I am made of wood, so we might be okay. Fine, use your jar. Use your jar. Come on, I want to be useful.
I'm 40% wood.
I'm not convinced that's how it works.
I'm made of wood, so it's going to be okay.
Nothing bad can happen, everyone. Nothing bad can happen.
Nothing bad can happen. Touch wood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
because you're
always
always
touching
touching
wood.
wood. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what is the party doing then about this discoloured water?
I was gonna like try and like find like a jar or a wee something to
You
hold water
probably
to
have,
try and
among all your bullshit, you probably have like a little.
all my bullshit. Yeah,
Shit.
like and just sort of try and take a sample of the wee water, clambering down and take a sample.
Okay, you take a sample of it and you hold it. You just hold it up against the sky, and it just looks like the rest of the river water now.
So it's not the water itself. It might be something in the river.
Someone painted the bottom of the river more blue, Wile E. Coyote style.
Does anyone have any like underwater breathing stuff that they can check?
I
That they can.
I can
go
breathe
into the
underwater,
river?
I'm pretty sure.
I love the idea.
Well, you made it weird, so
I love the idea that you just dive in and it's just solid, like river.
I mean, just any situation where it's not conducive to like organic life. Yep, send her in, send her over.
Even though
Sweet bag of holding, river, volcano. What next?
Should we try and tie some rope around me and one of you hold it just in case something bad happens? I know nothing bad can
nothing
happen.
bad can happen, but I guess
you
so.
know, in this specific case, maybe we should
places.
be a tiny
Maybe
bit
something-
careful.
Something less than good might happen.
All right, well, we can tie some rope around you and then, I guess, throw you in the river.
Okay. All right.
Nothing bad can happen.
I'm just gonna steel myself for this. Okay. So describe to me the exact sequence of events that are happening here, because there are people walking around looking occasionally at you all, bickering about this idea and wondering what the fuck you're doing. So please describe exactly what's happening to me.
One thing before we do, because I have telepathy as a feat, I want to see if there's something alive underneath here, so I'm not diving into something's mouth.
What does the feat specifically say? What does it specifically say?
Oh,
Because I'm
God.
gonna need to know the specific text before I tell you what happens.
I know it gives me detect thoughts for free.
Okay.
Okay.
If
I
it's
think it lets me
detect
talk to people. It lets me put my thoughts on other people's heads.
Okay.
Let me look up specifically, just in case there's a catch to it.
Yeah, I just want... let me see. Is it that you have to be able to see the creature? Or, well, let's not say creature, but like, let's not say creature, because that's very judgmental.
Yes, I do need to be able to see it, so I
Okay,
guess that's the problem.
Yeah, that would probably be the main barrier here, is that all you see is this sort of brilliant, shimmering turquoise water. I mean,
Yeah.
But who's to say if there's a creature in there?
yeah, no one knows if there's a creature or not. Well, I mean, someone knows, to be fair, but
Who
no
knows?
no one in the
Let's shake him down.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna T-pose by the water.
We're going to
It's
tie
like-
rope around you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Her engine can't handle what's going on.
Damn it, I shouldn't have made this campaign with the Skyrim engine. I knew it. God damn it.
I got a lot of spells that are conducive in case something bad happens. I got like Thunder Wave and fucking Cloud of Daggers and stuff in case something goes bad. So I feel like we're prepared. I'm going to prepare my sword and my dagger by my hand, and I guess just
Good luck.
dive in.
Yeah.
Just pencil jump.
You're just diving
Is there
straight
any-
in.
Am I holding on to this fucking rope?
Yeah,
Are we just
who's-
leaving it loose?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
who's holding onto the rope? Yeah, like, give me that info.
I'll hold on to the rope, but maybe Angus should as well, because I'm not strong.
I'll also hold on to the rope. Fucking.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, Barb, you line up, you look at your target, you do your best leap, you dive right in, and it's not very deep. It's about 5 foot deep, so you pretty much immediately... Now, Barb, only you know this. You immediately enter a portal that takes you to another, presumably another part of the world, another plane of existence, you don't know, but you find yourself just hitting the floor really hard in what looks like a really weird and kind of like bioluminescent version of the Eden Project.
Wait, so she's gone through a portal in the floor, and then
And then it's like an
come out the
upright
other
portal and just falling flat.
Oh,
Why,
right, okay.
why does the water not go through the portal?
It's just how portals work. You don't get
Okay.
it. That's just
Describe to me
it's-
this Eden project, please.
Okay, so what you see around you're kind of on this like elevated walkway,
Does-
and roll.
Did she see an orange photo?
No, but what you see are these series of what appear to be opaque domes off to the sides of these walkways, and as you're sort of trying to get your bearings on this, you do see various sort of strange to you creatures walking around. You see satyrs walking around who are sort of like trying to climb up on the railings to get a better look at these opaque domes. You see a cat watching, well, what appears to be a smoky grey cat that has like wisps of smoke coming off it, sitting on one of the railings looking at one of these domes. And you also feel this like incredibly chilling presence as there's a very sort of gangly undead creature looking at one of these domes.
Are we in like a zoo in the Feywilds or something? Interesting. Okay, how long is the rope? Can I go approach one of these creatures?
I think your
Aren't they
rope
like
is 10 meters probably, or something
Right.
like that.
I
I was
imagine
gonna
like
say
30
that.
feet.
Yeah, so 10 meters. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, can I detect thoughts of the evil creature?
Which evil creature? There are two very evil creatures here.
All right, who's
Well,
the
the
least
cat.
threatening? Who might actually tell me what's going on rather than being like, I want to murder everyone? I guess the satyr.
The satyrs are just like hooting and hollering and drinking beer together as they're looking at this opaque dome.
All right, what I'm going to do, because I know that every time I do something like this, like the last time I wandered off on my own, I got hypnotized by Medusa. So I'm
That
going to
did
tug.
happen. Yeah.
I'm going to tug on the rope to let everyone know to pull me back up.
Okay, I think that's a fair indication to start pulling.
Okay, Bob, you are pulled back through the portal and just up out of the water, and you're back and you're completely soaked again. Whatever happens through the portal, it completely dried your clothes when you came out the other side.
Wait, so this
Water
portal,
repellent.
It dried
this
clean.
portal keeps. This portal like
It's
gets
hy-
all the water out of stuff.
It's hydrophobic. But not to the water and bodies of it. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, your skincare routine completely ruined by going through this portal.
The portal that turns you into jerky. Great.
Yeah. I mean, thank God Barb's made of wood.
Yeah, otherwise that could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Just everyone else coming out looking like fucking Nosferatu.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't just like an undead creature. Maybe he just went through the portal and didn't do his skincare after.
Yeah, he's just like that.
Yeah.
So I'm out. I say to everyone, so that's a portal. I think there might be some. I don't know. I've never been to the Feywilds, but there's some kind of other world there. There's some satyrs. There was a weird smoky cat. There was some evil presence, and there was big domes. It was a nice exhibition, actually. If you really like plants, maybe you'll enjoy it. But it's evil.
To be clear, Barb, you didn't see anything inside the domes because they were opaque to you. Just to
Okay,
be
maybe
very
I didn't
clear.
see any plants,
You
but
did
there
see-
were domes.
You did see plants around. You know, there were some nice plants, exotic plants.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in studying botany now. Maybe it'd be interesting if you fancy some.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, there's domes. How do you feel about domes? There's a lot of domes.
I'm a cube enjoyer myself, but
I will say, if I were going on a leisurely walk down a promenade, and I fell into the water, or I went for a little swim with my eloping partner or whatever, I would be quite shocked and unable to get back if I didn't have a rope to find myself in another plane of existence.
This sounds like an ad for rope.
rope, it can get you out of any jam.
Yeah.
I never leave home without it.
Anyway,
Thank
it's
God
time,
for my lucky knife.
It's time to talk about the stream sponsor, Rope.
I will say, anyone that's not played D&D, it's the single most useful thing in your bag. You think it's your sword? No, it's rope.
Yeah. Get you out of this tight jam.
I'd love to see Team Normal wriggle their way out of this jam.
What's wrong with jam?
I was gonna say, Jamobbly just appears behind Elfin.
Just like you feel this heat from this portal from hell as Jamobbly comes out.
growth.
Yes.
I guess the question is then, so we could probably safely assume that this is where these people may have disappeared to.
It's
Do we
very
tell-
likely candidate.
Yeah, I guess the question then is, do we tell people before we dive in here? And
It might be prudent.
yeah, otherwise, yeah, I want this money, and I know that we often get in jams ourselves, and I know that the Feywild is weird time-wise, so it might be. I don't want to like dive into the Feywild and be like, if it is the Feywild,
Yeah,
and
we
then
don't
people
know
are
that
like,
it is.
oh, they're dead.
Could be something completely worse. Like,
It could be.
Oh, the
Yeah,
underdog.
I'm just getting a sort of feeling from some sort of extra planar source that it could, in fact, be something completely worse.
it could also be better. I don't know.
Or better. I don't know.
I love the better plane of existence.
Yeah.
Okay, we could.
Should we put up a sign?
We
Gone
should notify
fishing.
the parents. We should notify the parents of the progress of our investigation. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll up the price. Maybe we'll get more money.
Yeah.
And I guess that gives us time to talk to the people at the Horse and Hippogriff as well before we go in.
Sure.
Unless we
Yeah.
don't want to, we just want to dive in.
I mean, we could do that. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, you know, like
I'm in no rush.
Well, Anger's here on a quest of vengeance, so he's
And you
probably
just-
in a bit of a rush.
you're doing the like the open
Oh,
world
yeah, I
side
forgot about
quest
that.
thing and just completely wasting his time with this.
He's
Yeah.
ready for murder. We're like, how about we just chill in the pub?
Oh, we go have a drink and smoke shisha and hang out.
And you guys heard of Gwen?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
We
what's the party?
should
what
put
is-
up a sign,
what
like
is
a
the
wet
party
floor
doing?
sign.
What is the party doing exactly? Give me
Yeah.
something here, guys.
Okay.
Portal floor sign. Portal floor.
Step 1, yeah. Portal here, beware.
Okay,
And
so
stick it on the side.
Who's making the sign? Wait, so do you go to like a Barry's and get like a sign and start painting
Yeah.
on it and visiting Barry's, your local Barry's?
The
Cool,
Barry
this
in
room's over
between.
here.
Barry's.
You see, it's Barry number 1712. Like, oh, you're right, everyone.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Get some felt tip pens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You got any
like,
boards?
It's like a trivial amount of money for like a board and sort of like a stake to
Yeah.
put it in the ground, and yeah, it's a trivial. It's like a silver for all of the stuff you need to make a sign.
Yep.
See, even
And the
in an
sign just
expensive
says-
city, Barry's still delivers on value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Um,
write down. Make,
it just says-
make a Barry's shirt.
It just says, beware, portal here. Move on. With a question mark.
That is a very unclear. You know, like the like long-term nuclear waste signs that have to be very fucking clear for like
Yeah.
like that is the opposite of that. Like no one could possibly understand what the danger is here.
Oh, great
And there's an
portals to
arrow
be found.
pointing.
Yeah,
Arrow
Portal here.
pointing to the portal.
Possibly to hell? Fun.
possibly to weird dome land.
Yeah.
Don't say that. They're walking in thruples. They might want to go to Weird Dome Land.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
Not sloppy dome lands.
it also could mean knee high if it's domes. So there's all sorts of ways to trip up here.
Yeah.
Maybe they fancy a quick holiday.
So like there's one sign that says beware portal here, move on, question mark. Then next to it a second sign that says to clarify there's
Free dome.
an arrow pointing a portal here to a place. I don't know. But don't go in it.
We're maintaining
And then
the
a
portal.
third sign that says seems bad.
Remember your rope.
Okay.
Just so we're clear.
Okay, I'm gonna write down unclear sign, so that's gonna go really well.
I thought it was pretty clear at the end.
All the rich people suddenly in the
Yeah, they're all.
portal.
There's a fucking queue now around the corner trying to get in the fucking this portal. Right. Okay. So what? Okay. Having put up the sign, what are you up to now?
swift high five to Barb on a clear sign, and then
Oh, we're going to talk
And
to
then
the
I guess
parents.
the
Yeah.
parents, yeah.
Okay, so which parent? I guess the one who put up the quest, right? Is who you want to talk to, not the weird racist, but the slightly less racist.
Yeah, the one.
The one who wasn't racist. I don't think he was racist. I didn't play him that way. I don't think.
The first one, I guess, who has the money.
The one who put the Venicarus. Okay, so you
Yeah.
return to his to his massive fucking house, and you just knock on the door, and once again it's his it's the guy who sorted the money out for you before. The manager of the estate, who sort of looks at you and is like, "You haven't found them already, have you?"
Well, we did some investigating around where they disappeared, and found a portal to somewhere. Barb?
Not fun. Okay, so there's
Not
a
fun.
land in the river where they were walking, we have confirmed, I think. And it goes to a place with many creatures of malintent and also a bunch of domes. So we want to search there, but first we want a guarantee of some more money. And then we will
Creatures
go
of malintent.
gather some more intel. Creatures of malintent,
It's
that's right.
England.
Yeah,
And then
you're going back to the island. Actually, that's the worst part. It's just the island again.
every day I wake up.
Yeah, you're gonna have a full islander all over again.
We do think that it might be the Feywild, and we are going to dive in there and have a wee mooch about, but we are aware that time is weird in the Feywild, so we just wanted to let you know that's what's going on.
So, in case you're back in like a year looking for,
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, and it is Venicarus's fault, he didn't put a time limit on the notice.
No, that's
Yeah.
how they get you.
Yeah, and I did tell him. Put a time limit on it, and he didn't put a time limit on it.
So could we ask for interest just in case?
What? Interest?
Oh, that's not been invented yet, sorry.
It's
You seem to be confusing this with a place with currency standards. I'm sorry.
it's when you pay us more money, so we're more interested in doing the work.
Oh,
Yeah, it makes us interested.
You're already being really well paid, and I don't think the master of the house would be pleased if I started handing out even more money.
I don't think he'll notice, to be honest.
Are we about to enter into a labour dispute?
Are you gonna go on strike for going to the Feywild?
Can we pick at the portal? We might die in there, to be fair.
Well, then you wouldn't get paid anyway.
According-
how does
We're gonna-
unless you have a next of kin who you'd like your advance paid to, which he just has a brief look at all of you. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume the answer is no.
Art's my
Yeah, everyone
emergency
I knew.
contact.
Everyone I know died.
Well, you know, that stems the brakes, I guess. But
Hey, I said the same thing.
I show him the bottom of my foot, and it just has like Art's name and like
It's lost.
I
if
forgot I
lost,
did that.
return to Art the junk.
I forgot I did that. That was a bad night.
well, regardless, you're already being really well paid for this. But I will bear it in mind. It might not be the Feywild. You know, you might be back in seconds. Who the hell knows?
It's a very cryptic way of phrasing that.
Yeah, he's the guy behind. He's the mastermind behind it all. That's why he's paying you so much. He knows he won't have to pay you later.
Do you happen to know anything about? Has there been any portals around in this city before? Is this a new occurrence?
Portals to other planes exist everywhere. I mean, I'm sure there have been some. They open, close. Some of them are stable. Some of them are unstable. It happens. Most of them go unnoticed because most people don't dive right into them like a cartoon character.
Sure, but like if you're in a major city, you would expect to have some relative degree of safety from this sort of wild arcana just going around.
I mean, there are a lot of magic users around that fuck with the weave. I imagine that it's entirely possible that portals just appear because there are a lot of magic users here. Like all of the city guards use magic.
Hmm.
Well, thank you. You've been, well, I won't say helpful, but
I wasn't intending
you've...
to be helpful, to be fair, so that would have been fine.
Yeah. We're
Good to know.
gonna check out the place where they hung out first, and then gonna dive into that hole.
Yeah, it's been standing next to this portal for several hours. Let's dive right in.
We put up a sign to make sure that people don't accidentally go into it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we put
me-
up 3 signs.
He kind of gives you a really confused look as to why it would require 3 signs, but he decides not to press the issue. He goes, I'm going to trust that you're more than capable of handling this properly, and will return to my daily duties. Like
That's your first mistake, my friend, but okay.
Already I regret this decision. Just closes the door and just leaves you on the doorstep.
That went well.
Drinks.
Nothing bad can happen.
Nothing bad can happen.
Angriff is saying it through gritted teeth. Gritted teeth. Right.
Is it any other kind?
Maybe not for Angriff.
And now we all have that ketamine from that dealer, so we're all gritting our teeth.
Oh yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah, you're having a great time. Okay.
I mean, we solved that. That was good.
That's true.
Maybe.
Okay, so the party is going to the Horse and Hippogriff. All of this faffing about with the portal, it is now late afternoon, so you can probably justify getting yourselves a very expensive drink at a very expensive and fancy pub. It is on the riverbank as well. It's kind of like a disused commercial port, so like that has been turned into a pub.
Annie's.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And you arrive. It's not very busy right now. It's kind of like it's building up. But you do see classic bartender is a blue dragonborn, of course, of course. And you do see an almost excessive selection of drinks, of food, very nice tables. You could be here a while.
We should ask the bartender first, because he might still be on. It might be the same worker that was there.
I'll leave that to you. Dude.
Oh God, not again. Okay.
Okay,
Our barb approaches the blue dragonborn.
Yeah.
Says, good afternoon. What's your name, my friend?
Erdo.
Erdo. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, sure.
My name's Barb.
Barb.
I'm here on behalf of Vina Karis's butler. I know that sounds weird, but I'm here looking for... Sorry.
It does sound weird.
Yeah. Sorry about that, but we needed money, and he's going to give it to us, so honestly...
I don't think he was a butler.
Was he not?
No,
I don't know what a butler is.
The other guy you met was a butler. That's it. That's like you crossed wires there from... It's very in character for Barb to not know, though, so... I'm not mad at it.
We are looking for a couple that were here and have since disappeared. I don't know if you're familiar with the case.
I mean, there are lots of couples and groups of 3. I refuse to use the term they use here for it.
Vina Karis's son, right? Or his nephew?
There are lots of people who come in and out of here. There's lots of... I don't know if you noticed, there are a lot of very rich people in this city. And they have a lot of kids running around who come here and get very drunk. And then it's just very annoying. And so, to be honest, I don't tend to keep track of them particularly well.
I don't suppose any of them were talk. I don't suppose fair. I mean, I don't suppose any of them were talking about jumping in the river.
I mean, like he looks really like he realizes you're a construct, and so that you've never been drunk before. Because he was about to fly into like a commentary about how drunk people behave, but then he realizes you've never been drunk. He's like, it's more common than you'd think.
Oh, I mean, that genuinely might be quite helpful.
He saw you come in with your lot. He was like, maybe your friends will tell you more about how alcohol affects non-constructed beings.
Okay, cool. I mean, on that subject. Do you have anything to offer that's not overtly expensive?
he sort of exhales. Does a long exhale. Not like define not expensive. I mean, it's only a handful of gold for some of this stuff. 11 gold for this. Pulls out a bottle of red wine with an aboleth on it. 11 gold for this bottle.
Outrageous. Like, Angriff's just shaking his head.
The rest of the party's arrived at the bar.
I'm fully in the shadows, gonna steal someone's drink.
Okay.
I'm not buying anything.
I do you have, and I know some taverns do this where I'm from. I don't know if it's not where I'm from, but where I've been in this. I was on the islands recently, and sometimes they serve a bit of like the backwash as like in a glass, like the stuff that's washed off from the previous drinks.
Oh, carling, right? Yes. No, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Not anymore.
No.
Too many people fell in the river.
Yeah. I suppose the cheapest thing on the menu, he just kind of he sort of closes his eyes as if he has memorized this menu. I guess there's and he pulls out this like big sort of gallon flagon of stout. It's like it's 6 silver for the gallon.
Yeah, done.
It's not particularly good, but probably fine.
My sense of taste is incredibly dulled because of my body, so that's fine.
Yeah. So you have paid 6 silver for this gallon of stout.
I bring this to the table. Can I get some straws with that? Do we know about straws?
Yes.
Do straws exist?
Oh, they exist.
Straws, yes. Modern monetary theory, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Write that down.
First of all, straws predate modern monetary theory by a lot anyway, so
what's the straw made out of?
Like the Mesopotamians had straw that they drank through. So
what's the straw made out of?
Probably actual
straw.
Yeah.
Oh, actual straw.
Yeah.
Damn, checkmate.
Yeah.
Alright, we've gone wrong because we're actually learning something.
There you go, yeah. It's always an educational time at D&D.
It's alright, we'll get dumb soon enough.
Yeah. So yeah, it's those of you who take a sip of the stout, it is who can taste, not Barb. For all of the it's not very good, it's the best stout you've ever drunk. It is by some margin the best drink you've ever had.
Someone's gonna have to update their blog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm minesweeping, so I'm not having this.
Yeah. Angriff, are you having a drink?
Apparently, if it's the best stout everyone's ever tasted, then I feel feels obligatory, really.
Yeah. Even Angriff will drink it, and I guess Elfin's having a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah. You managed to minesweep someone's very delightful rum. Yeah, it's a very nice. And you walk by the bar as you're coming back, and you see the on the shelf. It's for the bottle, it's 4 gold. It's a very nice rum.
Lovely. If there's one thing that being a rogue is good at, it's stealing drinks.
Yeah. So, while you're sitting at the table, what are you guys up to as the evening begins to roll in? What are you up to? What are you talking about? Are you doing anything?
I think
we should be keeping an eye out for people, right?
I think we should do some chatting, see if anyone knows the folk who've gone missing.
Okay, so you look around. It's not very busy right now. There's a handful of people. There's a group of youngish lads, midday. They're having a drink. They're having a late afternoon drink. There's
students.
They're students. They do give off they go to the local wizard training school. It's a vocational thing here. It's not a fancy...
They're wearing American letter jackets.
Yeah, exactly.
With a big W in the back.
Yeah.
Owlbears.
Yeah, go owlbears. Anyway, yeah, there's small groups of them just having drinks. It's kind of a studenty vibe at the moment, but sort of the rich student vibe. So you can pretty much.
I mean, they'll be the kind of people that would know them, right? From what we know.
No.
Okay.
You could go ask.
Barb is not going to do any more talking after that. This last couple of disasters.
After the humiliation of...
Aren't you a
giant
charisma
woman.
main stat?
Yeah.
Yes, but for some reason it never works.
For some reason, it never works out.
I have +6 persuasion.
And yet you couldn't talk to a Goliath.
She was very intimidating.
She was very tall, if that's what you mean, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess then we're... Angrith, do you want to take the lead? Let's see that one.
I can do it. If everyone else is feeling nervous, I will do it. I'm just embarrassed.
Angrith, you're no one.
Oh, I just want to enjoy my stout.
Okay, I'll do it. Because otherwise Anger's going to be like, have you guys heard of vengeance?
Yeah. I am
It's not like revenge.
Just walking over me up. Hello. How are you?
Just the driest texting of all time. That's what anger is. Okay.
How are you feeling? Good. Full stop.
Smiling like this.
This just reminds me of like Always Sunny getting Charlie a dating profile, and it's just like, how was that? Was that sexy? Like,
Do you like ghouls?
cheeses, ghouls, magnets.
Ghouls.
Okay, I will approach this.
Can't believe Angrith is ordering a milk steak right now. That's so weird.
With jelly beans.
Yeah.
I can go with anger if it'll help.
I'm not convinced it will, but...
Or I'll go by myself. Let him enjoy his stout. He doesn't often get a really nice drink.
Should I go with... I'll go with Barb to keep her on message.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Morgan McSweeney of the group here.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah,
Have you guys heard about growth?
If she fucks it up, I'm going to release compromat to the local press.
So I did plagiarize my degree. Okay, so we go up to the table. Is there just a bunch of rich people at the table, or how many are there?
I guess there's like 3 kind of rich lads having a drink together.
Okay, I'm going to approach them and go, hello, hi friends, can I sit down with you? Just hang out?
I remain standing.
You remain... So they're a few drinks deep, so they're like, yeah, sure, why not? You're a colourful person, huh?
Thank you, I'm made of wood.
Okay.
But that's not important right now. Why? I came to. I wondered if you knew a couple of people that had gone missing recently.
Well, no one we know has gone missing, right? And the other two guys are just like, no, I can't think of anyone who's gone missing that we know.
I see. So we're dealing with. I'm part of an investigation team. Nothing to do with you guys. You're fine. just keep drinking. But we're looking for some rich people that went missing, and we think they might have fallen into a portal in the nearby river. And because they will hang out here before they left, I thought maybe you knew about this, or you knew them.
Is that what that really unclear sign is about? Where they have like 3 signs by the river?
It's clear because the 3 of them makes them clear.
But like, why are there 3? Why couldn't you just say beware portal?
Clarity.
Or just say beware portal, and then...
Agri just shakes it. Sometimes these guys just get an idea in their head and it gets away from them.
Oh, well...
I didn't realise you were the sign police.
Well, no, because that usually falls under the remit of the police, I would think.
The actual police, yeah.
Yeah, the city guard who normally deal with signs and, you know...
What?
Well, they don't have very much to do. They're calling across the pub at art now.
Do you want to come over if you're going to have this conversation?
These 2 groups have now merged, in effect, across the pub.
No, I'm not moving. I'm like this shouting.
Anyway,
the city guard deals with signs.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
You know, like if there's like some scaffolding that's fallen onto the street and crushed someone, they put the sign up that says "Don't go here."
Yeah, they put the
city
sign up that
guard
just
does
says
that.
police aware.
Yeah. The city guard doesn't. Who
Stop
else would do
calling
it?
us
Who
about
else would
it.
do it? Some kind of civil force that takes care of infrastructure.
It does
Yeah,
feel like the
who-
city guard has too many responsibilities that are too disparate, and it just leads to a bunch of corruption. But like, okay, but
Well, look, the leader of the city guard was very clear. They need to change the things that need changing, and that includes the signs. Unfortunately,
Okay, that reminds me of a very bad time, so I'm going to try and skip.
we're going to try and power through this.
Yeah,
Do
stay on
you
message.
know? So you've not heard of anyone going missing?
Well, we've not heard of no one we know has gone missing. I mean,
You know of Vinocaris's family went missing? That's a big deal. I mean, he's pretty important.
well, he's just like a very rich merchant guy. He's not like massively important, but like I guess like his son could have gone missing. Why would we know something specific about that? We're not close to him. We're not close.
I don't know. I just assumed a lot of rich people know each other.
There's a lot of rich people here. Maybe not where you're from, although
No, not where I'm from, and
Does-
I'll take that as
there's
I think that's a compliment.
I don't know. I feel like the Nihai have very rich people all over the place, but I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I've been away from home for a very long time. So,
Where do you live now?
well, I live wherever the road takes me. But I come from the islands, where yes, there are.
Oh, you're
you know.
islanders. Suddenly, a lot of this makes a lot more sense.
I'm knee high, but yes, we're kind of islanders. But we're back. We're a disparate group of people.
It's just occurred to me that none of you are islanders except for Art,
None of us are
actually.
islanders.
Like Art's the only one actually from the island. You're from a
Elfin's
different-
from like the equivalent of the Isle of Man, basically,
yeah,
right?
like another island,
Yeah.
but not an islander in the way that,
Yeah,
you know.
that's why I've got such a relaxed vibe.
Yeah, yeah, that's why.
That's how he keeps so normal.
I'm from the equivalent of the island from the Wicker Man.
On changing the subject, have you guys got any experience with like, do portals open up here fairly often?
They kind of give you like a really like confused look for a solid minute. And like portals, like what? Like
Well,
interplanar
okay.
portals?
Yeah,
You
hear
got
me out.
experience in portals.
Yeah, my next job could be in portals. You never know.
Hear me out. You're training in wizardry at this.
It's not a slur here. That's just an islander thing.
Okay,
So they
sorry.
use the learning portal.
It should be.
So I assume that a lot of arcana, like, and other magical stuff happens around where you work and where you study. So you will have more experience than the average person. And also, where some of your fellow students might be walking around, there was a portal. Could that have anything to do with your studies or people in your orbit?
Well, but is it like a stable portal? Does it like disappear and appear? Or is it just like constantly there? Because if it's constantly there, none of us can do that. We're like 19.
It feels like it's.
We're like 19.
feels-
How are we going to do
Listen,
that?
I don't know how old you need to be to make a portal. I didn't know it had anything to
You
do
need
with
to
age.
be really skilled to make this kind of portal and to make it stable. Like, yeah, you can't be us.
You need to have more confidence in your abilities.
Are you encouraging these young 19-year-olds who are a little bit drunk to
Make a
portals?
permanent portal. To hell.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. One
now.
of them has
Oh,
literally
simmer down.
One of them has literally pulled out like a tome with like a portal from the Portal games on it, and is now reading it, slightly pissed, and is like, actually, this could be pretty easy.
It's like there's
See?
like deck drawings in this student portal book. Like,
Yeah. Like people, it's like from the library. People have written fake names and sort of
yeah.
checked out
Go
too.
go to page 734 and there's just an ass on it or something.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like, you know, this is a 1,000-year-old book. It has 1,000 years worth of fucking doodles in it, and all of them are dicks.
You get the real history of dick scribbles.
Yeah, like archaeological
Also-
dick scribbles, basically.
That was also the name of the gnome that was
Yeah.
with the Goliath. We didn't ask.
Dick
His name was Dick
Scribbles.
Dick scribbles.
Fucking hell.
Okay, well,
It wasn't okay. It was a permanent portal, as far as I could tell, but it did filter out water, which seems unusual to me.
well, no, it doesn't seem that unusual to me. It's not like a literal hole.
Explain.
It's not like a literal hole in the material. realm, like material plane. It's not a literal like hole. He's sort of he just sort of he does the like the scene in Rome where like Varenus is explaining the stars to Apollo. It's like, it's philosophy. It doesn't work like that.
It's a magic tool.
Yeah, like it's magic is the best way he can explain it.
Okay. Barb turns to Angriff and goes, "Was that all we were going to ask? Or do you have anything else that I've forgotten?"
I'm exhausted from this conversation already, so I think we should leave.
Okay, we're going to leave. Thank you for your help. Enjoy your drink. Let me know when you've summoned the confidence to open that portal, and I'll come test it out for you.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find out soon.
Let's go to hell.
Are there many more groups in this pub?
There are like a couple more. There's a group of girls together.
Okay.
There's like a mixed group that are kind of much more chill than the lad group, obviously. And
I'm just gonna stand on the table then and just say like shout out to everyone for brevity's sake. Does anyone know anything about the people who've been going missing?
everyone looks really confused about this.
No? Grand.
Let's go to the hole!
We're going to a portal now. Don't go in it. There's some signs. It's very clear.
One of the really, really drunk students now that you spoke to before stands up and was like, wait. You talked about a portal.
Hey, shut up.
And he's mid-cast of a really difficult spell. Fucks it up and then just like at the ceiling of this very nice pub, just water starts gushing down on everyone.
Oh my God.
And everyone is soaked.
Right. Art finishes his drink, throws it at the head of that student, and walks out.
Angriff just follows him.
Yeah, Angriff.
Does that have anything to do with
this shit?
They fucked the spell. What? They did create water instead.
Okay.
They did a very high level create water spell and drenched everyone.
Oh, okay. I apologize to the bar staff. And then
I try to get most of it with third level destroy water.
The Dragonborn is just like, oh, again, every time this happens, these fucking people.
What, like, what? So these fucking guys know, like, or somehow know the intricacies of how portals work, but also not how. And then this happens all the time?
Well, some sort of fiasco, probably. Imagine it's a bar exclusively frequented by university students. If you've ever been in that situation,
if I was at a bar where the students were also magic, shit would happen all the time.
Yeah.
To be fair, I went to the student union bar one night. I was wondering why there were so many men in. Turns out it was a gay night. I didn't even realise for like 3 hours.
He's Homer Simpson.
So, you know,
they're nice and friendly.
You're just Homer Simpson, like right.
Just everyone like flirting with you, like, oh, he's complimenting me. It's so nice.
Oh no.
We'll give you the beware portals, the no portal sign when we're done. You can put it behind the bar. Maybe it'll help out with this. Signs. Yeah. Sorry, they're very efficient.
I'm sure they're very efficient because there's 3 of them, as was very, very loudly said by that one there, who's also drenched. Anyway, good luck with your portal thing.
Thanks. Enjoy your wet bar. Hole.
Let's get some hole.
Okay. You all walk back to the signs. The signs are still there, and they seem to have been obeyed, despite being slightly unclear. Anyway, you are back at the portal.
Right, so can we attach some rope to like a tree or something like stuck in the ground so we have a way back up?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like tying it off against
or like a bollard.
Yeah.
They have those things for boats.
Yeah, mooring point. There's all sorts of stuff you could. Yeah. You could do
exactly.
Yeah. Should we just tie off some rope? Whoever goes first dives in with the rope, and the rest of us follow?
Does this mean Angriff's going first?
I can go first because I've been before. It might be easier just because, and then you can just follow the rope down.
Yeah, but you might get greebled or whatever.
If you're afraid of me
Those
getting
guys are.
greebled, I will. You can go first.
Oh, well, I'm just...
That's a new verb I've learned today.
I'm learning. I'm learning words.
I don't know what that greebled.
Greeble.
Yeah, by the Greeblies. The guys.
Guys,
Basically ghouls. We're doing ghoul talk.
Yeah.
Like-
Ghouls. Right. Oh, that's why Angrith wants to go first,
Yeah,
because it's
of the
ghouls.
Yeah, there might be cheese, ghouls, and milk steak. Who
Yeah.
knows?
A chance to get rid of some people's knees.
Worst cover of Ensiferum's Rum Women Victory. Anyway, right. Who's going in first? It's Angriff, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Who's second?
I'll keep up
I
the
guess.
rear because I don't, just in case someone has trouble and I need to rescue them from drowning.
All right, I'll go second then.
Okay.
I don't know what the logic of that was, but I will go second.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so that means that.
Have you met Barb?
Yeah, because you're made of wood.
It must be Eloping, and then it must be Barb. Okay, right. Okay, Angriff, take the lead. How are you entering the portal?
Carefully. So I don't faceplant when I fall out the other end.
Okay.
You're just like slowly going in like someone like an old woman going into the ocean, just like
slow, okay, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fucking hell.
As you,
Oh, saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Art
plus
turns
4.
to Barb and says, "This is the first hole he's entered in a while, so he's got to be careful."
does he say it loud
13.
enough? How much?
13.
Okay, you do feel the riverbed kind of slipping from you, but you manage to plant yourself well enough that you can sort of, kind of awkwardly in your armor, get under the water and through the portal, and you do manage to sort of arrive standing on the other side, completely dry.
Hell yeah.
And you see
Perfect.
the scene, more or less the same scene that Barb saw before. You're on this sort of elevated walkway. It's kind of bioluminescent Eden Project, opaque domes, satyrs. The cat has moved to a different position. There's what is very clearly a lich hanging out here. Just looking at a dome. You would know what that is. Just looking at one of the domes. There are satyrs running around, hooting and hollering and drinking. Just
You know what I just realized is that we don't know what they look like. Any of the people we're looking for.
Did we fight a lich on the island? Like
No. What happened on the island was there were two wizards who were running away from the fact that they accidentally awoke a lich. And Angriff made them go back and sort it out, and I rolled the outcome of that, and not to spoil anything, but you might be hearing the phrase, he was democratically elected a lot when you go back.
The worst words in the English language.
Yeah. So you might be
I
hearing
love
those.
this lich slide.
Yeah. Look, they wanted someone with a long-term perspective, and who else can have that but a lich?
Wait, what is someone with absolutely no personality?
Yeah, exactly. You've basically created another Keir Starmer to kill. For fuck's sake.
endless Keir Starmers.
It's just Keir Starmer's. It's like a fractal pattern of Keir Starmer's fucking face.
There's one on every plane. That's the problem, and they keep coming.
This is the worst acid trip I've ever had.
Yeah, fucking hell.
You go to the
so
fucking
boring.
Feywild. You go to the Feywild. Everything's so wonderful and delightful and slightly sinister, and then like the only boring person on the plane comes out. I'm changing you into the things that need to be changed.
It took me so long to find the original clip of that for one of my videos. It's very well hidden. I had to remember when he said it to figure out what it was.
For some reason, I remember the exact moment that was.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was like searching for the interview, like trying to find the full.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It was the Hartlepool by-election / local
Oh,
elections.
yeah.
If anyone was
Where we had
wondering.
some hope that he might leave, and he did not.
He almost did, apparently, and well, there you go.
What
We
could
all
have been?
remember when
We'd
we
all
were
be happier.
during the Hartlepool by-election.
I was getting
Genuinely, I do though. That's the sad part.
The thing is, I did a local election stream night because of the by-election because I knew it was going to be a shit show and got very drunk, which was it was also very funny because I did a whole Walder Frey thing about the Red Wedding. It was great fun. But yeah, so Angriff, you're across, and you're seeing this scene that is kind of odd. You see, like, various fey entities sort of scurrying around looking at the things. You see this cat just watching very carefully. It's about sort of 70, 80 feet away, just kind of watching this dome very carefully. You can't really make heads or tails of what it's doing.
How far away are these liches? Or lich?
Well, the lich is, like, probably, like, 40, 50 feet away from you, just kind of observing.
Whoa.
It's like taking notes on a notepad, on, like, a scroll, as it's looking at this dome.
How alarmed am I by this?
Well, I don't know. How alarmed are you by it?
I mean, like, do I get any read on how ancient this lich is? Because in general, the older they are, the more terrifying they tend to be.
You roll a perception check on the lich.
Perception. Oh, that's a +3. That's not horrendous. That is a 19.
Yeah, this is probably a very, very, very ancient lich. Just seems to be kind of taking notes on whatever's in the dome. Just seems kind of interested in it. Doesn't seem to be doing anything sinister. Doesn't seem to be doing any kind of scheme or plot to take over anything. It's just taking some notes.
Sinister notes.
Maybe. You don't know. It's in a big black robe. You can tell because of how advanced the decay is that it's very old. You know. And the satyrs are, like, climbing onto the lich's shoulder to look at what's in the dome while they're hooting and hollering and drinking.
Well, I basically try not to move or make any, and everyone that follows me after coming through the portal, because I can't really clamber out now. I'm going to be telling them to basically shut the fuck up.
Okay, your turn through the portal.
Do I have to roll a dexterity check?
If you're trying to be careful or anything, I mean, if you're just diving in, you're just diving in.
I'm just fucking going in.
Yeah,
I'm not being careful.
Yeah,
We have a different attitude to holes.
You clatter. You clatter really loudly into Angriff, like the armor just clangs. And like, Angriff is the only thing that stops you from face planting, but at the expense of, like, just making a ton of noise.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, you're still in the hooting and hollering satyr zone. The cat briefly looks at you, but then looks back, and the lich is unperturbed as it just continues taking its notes.
Nothing bad can
Seems
happen.
fine. Nothing bad can happen.
Does Art say anything after all this?
He just whispers under his breath, nothing bad can happen.
Hagrid's just going to nut this to him. Shut the fuck up.
It's fine.
Okay, Elfin, how are you going into the portal?
I make Art move out of the way of the fucking portal so this doesn't happen again.
I go in carefully.
Okay. Roll a dex save just to see if the riverbed doesn't just, like, cave under you for some reason. I think you'll be alright.
Does he get do they get the +2 from my aura?
You're on low plane too. It's in a distant sense.
It's right there.
Yeah. I get what you mean, but also mechanically that's not how it plays.
I got 17.
Yeah, you're fine. You
didn't need it anyway.
You acrobatically manage to come out the other side. You do a flip and land perfectly.
Yeah, and also the familiar.
And also the familiar does a flip and is like.
Also does a flip.
Yeah, also does a flip.
Legolas walking across the surface of the snow ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, now it's Barb's turn. Wait, unless Angriff wants to, like, do something in particular, like move Elfin out of the way.
Yeah, just try and usher Elfin out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's
Genuinely,
Barb.
I was gonna do a backflip, so she's just gonna very disappointedly just jump in normally.
Okay. You jump in normally, and because it's kind of you've done it before, you manage to, like, land this time properly without clattering into the floor or anything. You just land, and it's fine. It's all fine.
Mary Poppins style, one hand on the rope.
Yeah. And it's all fine, and you are now in this strange realm with a lich, satyr, the cat, various fey creatures.
Will we tie off the rope on this end somewhere?
Yeah, it's like a railing, you know.
Yeah.
a good idea.
Okay.
So do we know for sure this is the Feywilds? Is anyone familiar enough to confirm that's where we are?
Do we do an investigation
I guess
check?
it's
or something? I don't
Like
Oh.
know.
nature? But then it really
Would,
works. We don't know the nature here, do
Yeah,
we?
you
So-
don't really. Yeah.
Would a mushroom friend have described it enough to
Oh yeah,
give
a
an idea?
mushroom friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like someone has made a sort of like fake Feywild. It's
Oh,
like
a
how
Feywild.
it's like how like a drunk person would remember the Feywild.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And we are near the wizard school, so that could,
Let's do you want to just wander out and have a look at some dome?
Yeah.
Well, 1 second, because we want to be careful, because there is a lich.
Yeah, and also
So-
the domes are opaque at the angle you're viewing them.
Yeah.
So you can approach a dome and see if it unopaques itself, or that's not the word for that. But anyway,
Do the centaurs speak common? Could we ask the centaurs if they've seen any humans around, or elves, or whatever they were?
They're satyrs, and yes, they do speak common, and also they're very drunk.
Should we just quietly take a look at the domes first?
Okay.
Like, let's get an angle on the domes
Okay.
before we fuck
Okay.
with some folk.
So you walk up to the dome immediately on your right, and as you approach the rail, you see it becomes transparent, which is the actual word that I did not fucking remember. Anyway, and what you see is what looks like a model living space, but with two, but with an elf and a human, male elf, female human, just together, just sort of like hanging out in this living space.
I can't believe I called we were in a
and-
human zoo.
And you notice
Yeah.
that this is not a particularly well-attended dome from the satyrs.
Mm. Are they looking for? Is this a porn zoo? Are they looking at these?
Wait till you find out who's responsible for this.
God. Can we knock?
On the dome.
Is there a door?
There's like
is there a door?
There's a very clear sign that says "Do not touch the dome."
I'm gonna touch the dome.
Hold on. Let's take a look at the other domes before we touch.
Okay, so you go to the
You're gonna
dome.
have to drag me the fuck away.
go-
It says do not touch the dome.
You go to the dome where the lich is taking notes, and the satyrs are hooting and hollering, and it is people having sex. It is people having sex
Fucking-
in
fuck's
the
sake.
living space.
It's a-
And the satyrs are like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, woo! Like, there they are. And the lich is
Yeah.
just taking extensive notes. And you can take a peek at the notes.
Yeah.
If
Wait,
you
can we get close enough without the lich attacking?
It probably won't. It doesn't seem to be attacking the satyr that's literally sitting on its shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just sidle up to the lich and be like, all right.
Yeah.
And
It
then just
doesn't,
look
it,
at it.
doesn't,
going.
it doesn't pay you any mind, but you can just look at its notes, and it's like observations about human mating rituals.
Jesus.
Right. Okay. Sure. Who's in here? Anyone? Anyone we recognize in here?
Well, no, hard to recognize someone in this particular, because dome, its angles,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just pot.
yeah, you can't quite make anything recognizable out of it, but you
Yeah.
do go towards the dome that the cat is watching, and as you're approaching the cat, everyone has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm great at that.
15.
14.
4.
Angriff, did you
What was that? Sorry.
wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom. It's +7. Okay.
Plus
22.
7. Jesus.
Okay, everyone except Angriff, you now have the condition of charmed towards the cat, and you can
Wait.
understand the
Oh,
cat.
Oh my god.
I was
Wait, no,
already charmed by this cat. Don't worry
You
about that.
You can now understand the cat,
Okay, cool.
who's just like,
Wait,
Can I just start talking to?
So what's happened is everyone around Angriff has just gone crazy for this fucking cat.
yeah, and Angriff's just gone. Oh, it's a cat that seems to be. It's the sort of smoky third, and the smoke's coming off it kind of cat. Just kind of watching. It's like, huh. And you approach and you see this.
Wait,
And, oh, sorry. Yeah, go. What you?
I've got advantage against being charmed, so
Okay, yeah, you should re-roll.
So do
Oh,
I,
I got
actually.
one.
That's the problem. I just
Also,
looked
did
it up.
everyone-
choose to fail. You know, you can choose to.
I
be
would
charmed.
love to fail. I would love to fail.
You can choose.
Also, did everyone add their +2 for my aura?
Oh yeah, no, that's 6 for me then.
It wouldn't have made
That'd
a
be
difference
18.
because the DC
Alright,
the DC was exactly 22.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Oh, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
so like you were you were on the
Yeah.
edge there.
I mean, it was already a cat, so I
Yeah,
was
so you were already
really
kind of losing it as it was. But yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone has lost it for this cat except Tangrif, who's just like, a cat. And you approach the dome the cat's looking at, and it just seems to be a rather nice, like, again, it's a young couple that look like they're from the city. Maybe the one you're looking for, maybe not, because you didn't get a description. And they're just kind of sitting and reading books together and having a nice time on the sofa together. And the cat's just kind of watching, like, strange. This does not seem to be a way for them to exchange goods such as fish. It kind of looks. It's mumbling to itself and looks. Oh, hello.
I knew.
Oh, sorry, didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's your name? 1, and 2, can I pet you?
You may pet me, and people call me the charming cat fiend.
Wow.
Nice to meet you, the charming cat fiend.
How does this look to me?
Art's like fully.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's just like petting the cat. The cat starts purring immediately.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can't. So did you say I can't? So they can understand
They
the
can
cat, but I
understand
can't.
it, but you can't. So it just. They sound like they're speaking common, but they understand the cat just going meow at them.
I mean,
it-
that's how I interact with cats.
Yeah, it looks like how a normal person interacts with cats a lot of the time, which is like.
Can I do that thing where, you know, when you get a cat and you sort of go, "Whoop"?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
He doesn't mind. He's like, yes. Now, I do have a minor request. Do any of you have any fish?
Ooh.
Let's
have a look.
right?
I might have some smoked fish about.
Yeah, you probably, yeah.
There's probably some theft of fish. If I've
Sardine.
got any,
Yeah.
I will give it to this
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, yeah. Let's
I'm-
say you have a little bit in your provisions and you just give
Yeah.
it to the cat and the cat immediately starts eating it. Thank you, kind sir.
Would you like to be my best friend?
Sorry?
I'm genuinely deliberating over who is the best person to try to snap out of this, and none of the options are great.
The cat means like, unfortunately, I have my own business to attend to, but
Oh,
I would.
you don't want to come with us?
Well, depends, really. I mean, what are you offering anything in exchange for my company?
Fish, I guess.
He sort of deliberates for us. How much fish?
Well, we're about to get a lot of money. And that can buy a lot of fish.
Then I think we have a deal.
Alright.
Are you buying this cat fish? What is going on?
You now have a charming cat fiend that hangs out with you.
A cat fiend? Oh, fucking.
Charming cat fiend.
Yeah.
It's a fiend, so that means I could abjure it.
Oh no.
Look
Why?
at him though. He hasn't been fed.
Yeah. Even though he's just eaten, he hasn't been fed ever.
Yeah.
So there you go. You now have a charming cat fiend that hangs out with you.
And
And this cat, by the way, this cat does have like smoke billowing off it. It is like obviously a fiend. Like,
yeah. Can I just ask the cat, like, do you know who did this?
Oh,
What's going on here?
Yes, there's there's this really obnoxious Eladrine fella who invested a lot of money into this, and then there's this other person who he calls a hag, but I don't think she's a hag because she's much too young. I forgot her name, but yeah, those two seem to run it. It's some kind of joint venture between them.
For what purpose?
Oh, well, I didn't really stop to ask. I really just wanted to see if this was a way to understand how to get humans to give me fish.
Oh, you just need to ask.
Yeah, just go near them, look like you do, and they will give you fish.
I mean, you're charming.
Thank you.
You want more fish?
I would love more fish. I don't know why I did like a Matt Berry flair there.
That's gotta be his
More
voice.
fish.
Yeah, that's now the voice. The voice of this character's been set.
Matt Berry fiend cat.
Matt Berry, voice. That's written that down.
I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Catty Daytona.
All right. Don't know why I did that, but that's what it is now.
These people in here.
Oh, yeah.
Are they allowed to leave?
Oh yeah, they apparently they come to an arrangement with someone on the other side of that portal, and then they stay here for a little bit of time, and then they go back because time's weird here. You see, it's not the Feywild; it's a demi-plane that the Hag created.
They came to an arrangement with someone.
Yeah, they have some person
and
over
then
on the
they
other side
come
of
back.
Oh yeah, well that's the plan. This is just the first generation of this plan. You see, these people haven't gone back yet.
Well, in that case, we're from the other side of that portal. Could we meet this person and maybe we can come to our own arrangement?
Well, do you want to be in the dome?
Well, I want to talk to the people in the dome.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, the DM. Wait, so do you want to talk to the people in the dome or the people in charge of the dome operation?
I want to talk to the people in charge of the dome because I feel like they'll get us quickest around here.
You're carrying. Okay, got it. Do you want to talk to the people in the dome?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can't really communicate with the people in the dome. You see, they can't see us, but we can see them. It means that they act more natural, you see. Or at least that's what the Lich over there said to me.
Bob looks at Art and says, we need to speak to the manager.
I guess so, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Their signage is not great.
Maybe we can make a new one.
The signs are really unclear as to where the manager's office is, because it seems like there's been some kind of dispute over who the manager is. So there's like multiple signs pointing in lots of different directions to different managers. So
and one office that just says pirate.
Yeah, for some reason. So you follow a set of you just try following the signs to try and get to a manager's office, and then
does Catberry not know where it is?
No, he's just Catberry. By the way, he's just a visitor. He doesn't know where it is, but he keeps tagging along, and you see that there's like 16 of these domes.
Oh my god!
And there are actually more portals than just the one you went through. So it's a good job you marked it with the rope. For one, good job you did that. But you find yourself before a shiny red door.
What does the door say?
Pirates.
How sinister is the door?
It's not sinister at all. It says Agent Super in Charge Kyrus, which you will remember is the name of your good mushroomy friend, Red.
Right. Okay. No, I'll knock on the door for Red.
Yeah. He opens the door, and once again you are confronted by this impossibly good-looking Eladrine, who doesn't look like an Eladrine within the Feywild.
Are you talking about like handsome Squidward,
handsome
kind of
Squidward, thing? Yeah. Except he's slurping an oyster as he opens the door, and he's like, "Oh, hey, oh, you all came...
Sorry, didn't see you there.
What are you all doing here?"
I was asking the same question.
First of all, what a pleasure.
He's still chewing on the oyster. He gets another one out from somewhere that you don't know where and slurps this oyster so loudly. And the cat fiend is kind of looking at him like, I should really get some of those, actually. Like, what did the cat say?
Ooh. Can you give our new friend Catberry?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to put Catberry as the name. Provisional name that you've given it. Oh yeah, the cat's cat's a really good paying customer. Didn't pay in fish. Came with these really strange gems, and he just holds up a soul gem really casually. He's like, really nice.
All right. Do you want to give him an oyster?
Oh, I'll give him an oyster.
Bob's going to be slowly losing her shit at the sight of a soul gem, by the way.
Goes to his desk where there's a massive plate of just an circular arrangement of oysters and tosses it.
I thought you were going to say a drawer.
No!
Opens a drawer of oysters.
Opens a drawer and gets a meatball out and eats that, but yeah. But yeah, just
Magical refrigeration, you know, it
Yeah.
works in mysterious ways.
So, what are you? Why you come here? What are you all doing here? Like, bit out.
We
of the way
were
for you guys.
tasked. We were just tasked by a guy who
Okay.
promised us like £100,000 of gold.
Nice save. Nice save.
To find his son, and I'm assuming he'd be fucking in one of these domes.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Is he from that city with the walls? And then there's all these really nice places outside the wall where you get nice and you engage in fun activities that chemically alter.
Yeah. I got lucky last night. High five.
He gives you a high five. He's like,
Yeah.
That's good. You see, my business partner, she's a real buzzkill, though. The whole point of this was I was meant to go in and be introduced, and then I'd get some. But no, apparently I'm not allowed.
I was going to say, this doesn't seem like you to be observing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
she doesn't let me into the domes. We're not meant to be.
Is
in
it
the
your
domes.
wife? Is it your wife?
No. God, no. I didn't tell my wife about this.
Are you still together? Did you get back together? Did you solve things with your wife?
Oh yeah, we solved things, and she told me, Cirrus, no more lying. And then I lied about this, and I said it was an ice cream shop. Which I suppose would
I'm
be
sure there's lots of cream involved.
well, yeah.
I genuinely have no idea what the fuck is going on.
But yeah, I teamed up with this hag. She's kind of a hag. She's a very young hag. And then she made this demi-plane, and we can control time here. So for the guys in the domes, it's like they get to spend like a month, and they don't even age here. But back on the material plane, it's like a week, and they're gone for a week. Who cares if someone's gone for a week? It's not like someone's gonna pay a bunch of money to have people look for people who are gone for 2 days.
Hey, you are not going to believe this.
But
Guess
yeah, I'm
over
thinking
here.
of pulling the plug on the whole thing. It's not.
What did they get out of this?
Oh, they get time away from their families. They all hate their families. That's how we get them. We send some guy into the rich people's bars. We find out whose families are being annoying, and then we get them here. And then we sell tickets to watch to people who are curious about how material plane people do that sort of thing. And I'm really curious about it, but I can't go into the dome.
Is there any way we could convince this hag to let you go into the dome?
Wait,
Why?
The issue is that really at hand here? All these people are being spectated by these fucking.
Oh yeah, but they know
Our
about.
friend wants to bang,
But they
and
know
he's not been allowed.
But they know about the spectation. That's why we have it one way, so they don't see everyone watching. But they know that people are watching. But they get into it. Maybe some of them are into
So this
it
is-
anyway.
So everyone here is 100% consenting to everything that is happening.
That's right, except for me. Except I'm not.
Fucking insight on that. Like, is he lying?
Okay, roll an insight on Cirrus.
That's 16.
His indignity at not being allowed into the dome is all the proof you need that this arrangement is airtight. The fact he's not being let in would violate the terms of what they have agreed so badly that he is fuming that he's agreed to fund bankroll this, basically, when he fully expected to be able to go into the domes and have sex with people.
Yeah.
Can you not void this contract if they've not fulfilled their end of the bargain? If you were supposed to be allowed in?
Well, I mean, we made the deal in the Feywild, and, things are tricky there, and you make bargains, and then there are loopholes. It's kind of like dealing with a genie. You ever dealt with a genie? It's like that.
You're something
No,
with these
And,
guys.
I had a genie lawyer, and everyone knows genies are the best lawyers. And...
Okay.
I'm remembering now that he was Danny DeVito.
Yeah, now is when you're getting exactly who this is meant to be. I'm gonna put genie lawyer down in my notes because that's gonna be a guy.
I'm gonna
who
get
can-
real weird with
I'm
him.
gonna get weird with it.
I guess the only thing that we'd have is, could we talk to? What was the name? I don't know the name of these people. I don't
You-
care
rich
about
guy.
them.
You did not.
The
get
rich one.
You specifically didn't get the name of them because you didn't care. I remember.
Right.
Vina
Okay.
Karis was the dad.
Yes.
So I'm assuming he's Karis or
Something
Vina, whichever one's the
Karis.
last name.
That's not how so. Just DM note. Venikaris is one name. It's a mononym.
Okay.
So he's not going to be called like Venikaris II.
Okay.
Okay.
Gaius Julius Venicaris. We're
It's
gonna go.
weirdly not
do you
a
know-
Latin name. So
You know someone whose dad is Vina Caris?
I don't really keep track of that too closely. That's more the business partner who does
Well,
that.
there's 16 domes. We can go and check, right?
We're looking
Well, no,
for
I'm
a
not-
student. We're looking for 2 students. One's a guy and a human, and one's an elf girl. I believe that's the way around it was, right? Or maybe the other way around.
Don't think that's true. I think they were both human.
They're both human, yeah.
Okay, well, the 2 humans, one male, one female, as far as we know, and then they came in from where we
2
came
days
in,
ago.
2 days ago,
Right.
and their father's very worried and is paying a lot of money, and we're coming to investigate. I'm afraid if we don't go and sort this out, that he might, because he's got a lot of money, he's probably going to send more people in, and
No,
they won't
here's
be
the
as
thing,
cool as
though.
us and chill.
But here's the thing. Here's what we could do. Because we already told them that we might be going to the Feywilds and it could be a while. We could just wait till the end of the week and then come out with them and just be like, we got them.
As long as they do get released, they will get released,
they get
right?
released. We made a airtight deal with them. We take them to the Feywild first, and then we make the deal with them. That way, we can't break it.
But you made a deal that you would go in, and now you're not going in. How do we know that can we see the contract?
It's more of we have more of a sort of verbal contract legal system in the Feywild. You see, that's kind of the trouble with it.
Yeah. Have you
Can
ever
we talk
considered
to your
paper?
business partner?
We considered paper. What? Cut down a tree and get strangled by a tree over it? No.
Import.
He sort of
Can we-
he pauses for a second. He's like, "Oh yeah, we could import paper."
Can you summon your business partner and we could just make sure with her that this is definitely happening the way that you say it is?
Okay.
Because once again, we have been promised an extraordinary amount of money.
Yeah, we are getting that fucking money.
We're
I don't
getting
care.
that money.
They're getting all that money. Okay.
Yeah, the real issue at hand here is the. Let's be real.
Okay.
Yeah.
He takes you to an office that looks like Baba Yaga's hut. It's Baba Yaga's hut. It's
Nice.
sort of chicken leg, but it has like a ramp that leads up to the door. And you knocks on
It's
it.
accessible
Hey!
Baba Yaga hut.
Hey,
And it
open
just
up.
says manager on it.
Yeah, it
Nothing.
just says manager. It doesn't say anything fucking weird on it. It
Yeah.
doesn't say agent super in charge. It's just a fucking normal door, except that it's a hut with a chicken.
On a non-normal
on
hut.
a non-normal
Yeah.
hut. Yeah.
Yeah, an office door on a hut.
Yeah. And she opens the door, and it's... So, they've been calling her a hag, but this is a young woman with long dark hair. Just kind of looks
Oh,
a little...
Fucking
it
Hollywood, man. Like you hit your late 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We've
it.
never met a juvenile hag, to be fair. We don't know what they look like. So.
Yeah, well, most hags are, like, beyond ancient, so yeah, I guess that is a fair...
Yeah.
We don't know how they reproduce. Presumably it's not as interesting as the people in the dome.
No, it's like an Uruk-hai thing. They burst out of the ground.
Like, so a fucking wizard creates these people, and that's how you get hags. Okay.
Yeah.
That's now canon in this setting that, like, there's some ancient wizard who creates hags now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Lich.
Maybe.
And she kind of looks at you, she's like, yeah, is there some kind of problem? Like, Cirrus, why is the circus in town? Looks at Barb specifically.
First of all, that's rude.
I don't know, she's very colourful. Even for the Feywild.
I am very colourful, yes. And I have
It's
some
a
questions
nice
about
look
these.
on you.
Thank you. I have some
Yeah,
questions about
that's
these
nice.
soul gems when we're done, but that's not important right now. I'm going to hand it over to my friend Art, who has all of the questions you need to know.
Yeah. I'm less charismatic.
And she kind of looks at Red and goes, "You know, I'm not going to let you into the domes, right? If you've got them here to
It's just-
try and weasel your way into the dome, we're not letting them in. We're not letting him into the dome.
This
I know
this
what
is
you
what
want
we
to
were.
do.
This is what we came to ask about, actually.
Have you got a desk?
Oh yeah, right back here.
Let's go sit
Yeah,
in the desk.
yes. You are now sitting across from the very young hag from the desk as she opens a drawer and pulls out like mints and puts them on the desk like some sweets. For you.
Is the
Yeah,
cat
I'll
still
take,
with us?
like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catberry's still with us, surely.
Yeah, Catberry
Yeah.
is like leapt onto one of the chairs, insisting that he gets to sit on it because he's a person.
Yeah, 100%. I guess so. First of all, me and Red go way back. We broke his curse, got him back into the Feywild. That's how we know.
Which is why he looks like this now. Like he because he was a mushroom before. I heard what his wife
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
He lived in my pocket for like a month. It was great.
Like it was great. I got lots of drinks out of it.
Anyway, so here's the thing. We were hired by someone on the upside of the portal to find their children for a lot of money.
Okay.
A lot of money.
So
but we already told them that we might be going into the Feywilds because we found the portal. And so if Red's explained the deal, if we could just wait for a week until their thing is over, then we can leave with them, get the money.
There is
and it's all
one
fine.
minor issue. You see, it's a week on that side. It's a month in here.
Right.
So you could go back, then, wait, 5 days, come back, we'll hand them over to you, say that their dad sent them, and then you can go collect the money.
Hey, I'm good with that. All we need is a guarantee that they are actually getting released.
Oh yeah, of course they're getting released. Why wouldn't we release them? It'd
we're
be so boring to have the same people for eternity. Where's the variety in that? We want all sorts of people and combinations, because then we can draw more people in, doing deals with me that are very not one-sided, actually. That are completely fine.
Reach into the converted here.
Yeah.
I
have
actually
no idea how on board everyone else is with this.
I'm not on board.
I'm fine with this.
Art is completely negotiating the worst possible arrangement for everyone else involved for some reason. Art's going to be a paying customer to this later on.
My god.
They've not invented internet porn yet. This is the closest that they can get.
Yeah, like...
The problem I have with this whole arrangement is because I have word from our friend Red that part of his agreement to partially fund this place was that he would be allowed in the domes, and now he's not allowed in the domes. And now, if you're telling me and us that we can take these people back, how do I know that we're not going to meet a similar loophole?
She looks at Red and she just kind of says, "Have you considered that Red is a liar sometimes?"
No.
I had. But
He,
that's why we love him.
yeah, he should perhaps focus more on like not getting thrown out, not getting cursed by his wife, and less on getting into the dome, because we can't let him into the dome because that violates our contract with the people in the dome. Also, no
Are
one
any
wants
of the domes called Sloppy Dome?
No.
Okay, well that's a shame. Have you thought about hiring a marketing team?
Well, we haven't quite expanded to that extent, like...
Would you like my number?
Name would be enough, because then they can directly contact you, I guess.
Right,
Yeah, the power of a name in the Feywild.
Yeah.
A name will do.
Yeah, well, I'm Art Junk, and I'd be happy to get involved on the ground level.
I'm Art Junk, and I approve this message.
I'm Art Junk, and this is my favourite store on the Citadel.
Just another note. I noticed our friend Cat Berry is paying with soul gems. What are you doing with these soul gems?
Well,
Because
they're very valuable. Soul gems are incredibly valuable and are used in many different things that might interest the... Well, he calls me a hag. I'm not actually a hag. Would you believe I'm...
Is that why you're hot?
Well, I'm just a human lady who lives in the Feywild.
okay.
She just kind of shrugs. That's pretty much the...
How did you get this hut arrangement then?
Oh, I stole it. Well, actually, I swindled a Baba Yaga out of it.
That's
A
cool.
Baba Yaga, there's species in here.
Yeah, there's many Baba Yaga in the Feywild.
It's Barbas Yaga.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Baba Yagai.
Baba Yaga. Yeah,
Can we get her name?
you did not. It was Rosie.
Rosie.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, Rosie, I want to make sure, can we see the contract of one Vina Karis's get? I want to make sure...
Oh, yeah. She summons it, she clicks her fingers, summons the contract. It's very long and winding, And so it's going to take an intelligence check for you to parse precisely what's happened here, but you're welcome to try.
I pass it to Art.
Okay. I'll do an intelligence check on that. 17 plus 2, 19.
It seems to basically accord with what they've told you. There's some like boilerplate, like, hey, we're not responsible if you die during an act, sex act or whatever. Like that's all on you, that sort of thing. You know, we don't provide any extras. You know, like any equipment you want or anything like that. So you have to bring that with you. And it also says that they charge a small fee of 10,000 gold to provide the service for them just to be in the dome. Obviously, that's a heavily subsidized price because everyone else is paying in soul gems and whatever.
Yeah,
but other than that, it seems kind of above board. Everyone's agreed. It very much specifies that, yes, you will be watched by various denizens of the Feywild and possibly the material plane. You have to be okay with that before you sign.
I mean, this looks grand.
Also, red is not allowed in the dome.
Red is not.
That's explicitly written.
Yeah, it's explicitly written.
Yeah. Art turns red as like, this seems iron tight, man. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
This is like the lawyer now.
I have one last question in that case. What's the deal with the Lich?
Oh, they're just some ancient elf who used to live in a very isolated elf community and just decided in their later stage of their lichdom to be interested in how humans reproduce. I guess they ran out.
Usually they're hostile.
Oh,
and I was weirded out that they weren't.
That's not true. Most liches just want to be left alone.
Okay, I open my notebook and I add list of things I might be racist against. Liches.
Does he jack off underneath his cloak?
I don't. First of all, it's a she, and also she doesn't really.
Does she do off?
I don't think. I don't think they. I don't think liches are like sexual beings in that way. She's just academically interested in it.
I am coming underneath my robes.
This is the weirdest orgy I've ever been to.
Yeah, what have you been to? Many.
Enough to know that this isn't right.
Okay, Barbara's gonna sort of get up with her face in her hands and just sort of stand in the corner and think. Yeah. And let the rest of this play out.
I actually do have a question.
But I mean, some liches definitely do try to do the whole conquer the world thing, but it's not all of them. Most of them are just fucking nerds.
Yeah, I mean, if they're wizards.
I mean, almost all of them.
That's how you know they don't fuck. Am I right?
Yeah.
Goes for a high five.
She does not reciprocate the high five, but Red comes in, is like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I do have a final question. It's how long has this been operating for? And if so,
oh, we just opened.
Because I want to make sure that some people have gone back.
Oh, we've just opened.
Right.
We're in the first cycle of people coming in.
So no one has been let out yet.
No one's been let out yet, but people will be let out.
Okay, I mean, this is all good with me.
You can come back and see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with this. We just have to pretend we're still investigating for another 5 days.
Incredible plan. What an incredible plan.
So the plan is, do nothing.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
God, I can't wait for you to destroy this city somehow. It's somehow you're gonna blow up the entire fucking city in 5 days, and you're never gonna solve this.
I mean, I have no issue.
Yeah.
Rosie seems lovely. We all know Red himself.
Can I roll insight for how this is going to go wrong?
No, you can't you can't try and figure out what the twist is going to be before the twist, if there even is a twist.
I guess we could roll insight on her.
On her, yeah. Roll insight on her.
I mean, I don't want to because I'm -1.
And also, Art 100% is sold on this.
I'm on board. Yeah,
Art's on board with the sex dome zoo.
Hey, everyone's consenting.
Yeah.
Alfred, what's your insight?
Is Angriff's aura just for saving throws?
It's saving throws,
yes.
Yeah.
But it's 14.
Yeah, she seems on the level.
Nothing bad can happen.
Nothing
bad can
happen.
Are we establishing like a hub world for these different regions in like the Orgy Dome? Like,
No, I'm not,
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
I'm not doing like a Sonic Adventure hub world in the Orgy Dome. Yeah, the train.
Where did all
the train for Station Square is about to depart. Like,
that was the weirdest part of Sonic Adventure 2, where they all went to the Orgy Dome.
yeah.
I guess like does this go to other cities as well?
Oh yeah,
More
it goes to all sorts of. There's one that goes to the what's it called? Elemental plane of water. There's one that goes to some knee-high city backwater kind of place. There's one that goes right to the center of the sovereignty. There's a couple others.
I was kind of initially skeptical about like wanting to see how people fuck, but like, how do water elementals fuck?
Oh yeah, well that's dome number 15. If you wanna like,
What I'm getting out of this is that we can go straight to the center of the sovereignty and get some vengeance, and we can do that in 7 days and then come back and then get money.
but
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, good luck.
Yeah, something about this whole arrangement stinks. It's not just the domes.
I mean, I'd want to go back to the place being from first anyway, because I like our rope.
I mean, I
Very attached to the rope.
I still have to get some. We still have weapons waiting for
Oh,
us.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'll be on the record. Barb still does not. A very rare instance where Art trusts something and Barb is completely against it. She is very skeptical, probably because she has no libido because she's made of wood. She's very confused about this whole thing.
Kind of. Anyway. Anyway.
I know what you were doing.
You know what I was going to say. I had to stop myself desperately. Okay, so. Rosie looks at yours like, so are we satisfied with the arrangement? I'm happy for you to make money. I don't care. That's your business, you know?
I wouldn't say satisfied, but what choice do we have?
Yeah, I've run out of objections.
Angriff, if you want to get satisfied, you can always take a peek in a dome.
And also, we won't.
Is Angriff allowed in the dome?
And also, we won't charge you. Actually, technically, according to the agreement, kind of. We never specified that Angriff wouldn't go in the dome.
Angriff does not want to go in the dome.
Well, then we won't make him go in the dome, because why would we? This is not, you know...
Angriff wants to go in the angry dome.
Yeah, it's just like...
By himself.
On this plane of existence, we respect consent.
Yeah.
So just one dome for yelling.
Yeah.
It's just a big dome with a single chair in it, and he just sat there fuming.
Yeah, it has like a pillow for screaming into. Like, just. That's a different demiplane and a different hag that made. Well, not a hag that made that one.
I mean, this all sounds grand. Good job on tricking Red. That's fun.
Well, I mean, he's not the brightest bulb, but he is very rich.
Yeah. Charismatic.
We have
as
some
well.
money.
Why?
Did you just ask Red for money? He just literally flips a platinum coin to Barb.
Jesus, what?
Like an incredibly shiny platinum coin. Just like, yeah, money.
Thanks, mate.
I mean, yeah, if you're handing it out.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he goes, I only had one coin on me.
Ah.
I don't really carry
You got any more
cash that
oysters?
much. Oysters?
Yeah.
I keep some oysters in her desk too. This time it is a drawer. She's like, I told you to stop doing It's like, at least I know what the smell was. But
Do they even have like water in this like demi-plane? And where are they getting these oysters from?
it's just Red's pocket. He just generates oysters out of his own pocket. He has like,
It's like a bag of holding for just
pantaloons
oysters.
of oysters. That's
There's
what
some
it-
implications about them growing in his sweat there, and I don't want to think about that.
One to me, one to Catberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can Catberry? Can he follow us out?
Oh yeah, he can go where he likes. He's not bound to a particular plane. And Catberry kind of confirms. Yeah, I mean, I was let out of the hells because someone left Jamobily's door open, and I just left.
Oh, you're from Jamobily's allotment.
Is this cat El Gato?
Yeah,
No.
No, because
El Gato.
He would never leave. Yeah, there were like a bunch of us, and then we all just got let out by some. I don't know, but we just went exploring.
That's the only name I've ever heard that's better than Catberry is Helgato.
But like, yeah, there's like a bunch of me and my brothers all over the plains now. Must be furious with the people who let us out.
Elfin, have you been making any jam recently? Is Jamobily upset?
Is that how she communes with him specifically? Is through the process of jam making?
Didn't we establish that?
Yeah, I think we might have, but I just want to.
Okay, she has no answer.
Yeah.
So that's a no. That's a hard no.
Hasn't been talking to Jamobily very recently.
I guess we leave then.
Yeah.
Unless someone wants to go in the dome.
What?
Well, I mean, you'd have to get into the second generation of the domes, you see, and that's the whole thing.
I mean, we'll leave the signs up to tell no one else to go into the portal.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to start the marketing now, we could change the sign to "Please go" in the portal.
No, because we need to make them think that we're still investigating, so that we get the money.
So the week after, we change it to "Please go, support our friend's business."
Yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
you just put. Anyway, yeah.
Go
Live
into
sex
hole
show.
to get some hole.
Most
Big
of
sign.
most of our customers are from like other planes more than like the material plane, because
Let's be honest, these people can go to sex shows here in the material plane.
Yeah.
Although, again, curious about the water elementals.
Dome 15.
Let's
Okay,
check
we
it
are
out.
going to go, but we are going to check out Dome 15 first.
Okay, so assuming your business is wrapped up, Rosie kind of snaps her fingers and incinerates the oysters in her desk, because she does not want oysters to be in her desk. And Red just kind of looks like, oh man, I got into business with the worst person. Just trudges out, would you all?
It was a pleasure to meet you, Rosie.
Yeah, she's like, likewise. You seem like very very nice young people, even though you're all my age.
This
Younger
is
people.
by some margin the most insane conversation we.
And it's
you
also,
sure?
bizarrely, one of the most efficient and well done conversations.
Yeah, like you sat,
No one's got mad.
you sat across from the desk from someone, and no one was mortally wounded by anything anyone said. If anything,
Yeah.
I would count this as the most successful conversation you've ever had as a party.
That doesn't make it any less insane.
Yeah.
All right,
Dome
fuck time.
15.
Water
All right,
elemental
Dome
time.
15
Okay,
then out.
you walk up. Catberry also follows you to Dome 15, leaps up, and he's like, "Oh, these creatures are not very interesting." And you sort of see, it's basically like two tidal waves smashing into each other across this living space. It is literally that, and it's like, it's not that interesting. Also, I don't really like water. I don't really care for it. I do care for fish.
What has fish in it?
I do care for fish.
Do these water elementals have any fish in them? No.
No, they don't appear to.
Oh,
Mm.
it's not as exciting.
I mean, that is funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's head.
Okay. Art's curiosity satisfied about the mating style of the water elemental. You all go back to the portal with the rope, and the cat fiend kind of goes, "Is there water on the other side of this?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, but we... I could hold you and try and shield you from the water.
Gears turn in the cat's head. It's like, that would be acceptable.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not going to make you roll for anything. You all successfully come out the other side of the portal, drenched in water, but broadly satisfied with the result of your investigations. It is now barely any time has passed, really, so it's still like late evening. Well, like early evening, sorry. It's like early evening. So you still have the night ahead of you, and you still have 2 days until you get your special order weapons. And yeah, you can mingle, you can go around the city, you can have a good time. That's basically what you've got ahead of you.
I guess, keep up appearances, we could just go to some places and make a show of asking about stuff while also getting drunk.
But we've told the guy we're in the Feywilds, so I think we should stay on the DL. Maybe.
Yeah. But if he sees us outside the Feywilds,
I guess he won't mind as long as we're still investigating. He doesn't know that we've finished.
yeah,
Yeah, you can jump back and forth between places. That's fine.
yeah. Everyone else happy, Angrith?
No, not really, but what else is new?
I'm deeply suspicious about this whole thing. And...
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know what you could be suspicious about. I read the contract.
That's probably the main problem.
Oh, that's something of a laundry list of problems, but...
Okay, the cat interjects. Okay, Angrith, why don't you tell everyone what you think is wrong with this arrangement?
It just... Something's wrong with the whole thing.
Like you talking
What
to a
could
cat.
possibly wrong with a fuckdome?
Well, the fact that these three are all enthralled by you immediately, like, that's, you know...
Hey, I am very charming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also,
do you want to try not doing that?
Okay, fine. He drops the charmed effect on all of them.
No, I can't understand.
No, you can understand. He voluntarily gives you the ability to understand him now.
Okay, cool.
No, literally nothing's changed here.
Yeah, he's still a cat, so it's still...
We should
Look at him.
get him some fish. Let's go to a fish market.
Is one open this late?
I mean, we can find one. Or we could go to a pub where they sell fish.
Is there fish and chips?
Are they selfish?
Hey, there's a phrase you'll love: if the world is your oyster.
I do like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the
If
choice.
this is France, there will be a place you can get mussels quite late at night, I imagine,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of like Normandy, Northern. Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda,
like him.
Yeah.
Basically, it depends where you fancy going.
Let's get some mussels.
Okay,
Yeah.
you do find someone with a stall selling street food that does sell mussels.
Let's get some fucking
Nice
mussels.
and easy, and they're dirt cheap too. It's free coppers for a nice dozen of the mussels.
And is anyone paying or smoking cats any mind?
Most people seem delighted by him as he's walking by.
Amazing.
Is he charming them, or is it just that gorgeous?
You're not sure. It is unclear.
Unclear. Fuck's sake.
Things.
I'm just sat here waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, who knows? Maybe it's fine. You know. Have you ever?
Nothing
is it
bad can
ever-
happen.
When has it ever been fine?
Yeah.
It's always fine.
I hit a really good random pub name called The Lovely Line, and now I'm just like dying and imagining like a graph going up.
I mean, that's someone that's a cocaine bar,
Yeah,
right?
right. Also a fun one.
The horse and stonks.
A fun relevant one, the Charmed Circle.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Another cocaine one.
you have heard of this in the outer city, a tavern called the Charmed Circle.
Mhm.
Apparently very good fun.
Should we check out the university or whatever it was?
Why?
I don't know. Until the evil thing happens that's going to happen.
Until the evil thing happens, it's gonna happen. You do hear a newsreader. I won't do it in the HBO Rome style this time, announcing that in 4 days a large embassy is expected from the sovereignty in the city.
And it's 5 days that we need to
Maybe, yeah,
pick
That's
up the.
yeah.
Do we know who's in this embassy gathering? Does he mention any names?
He doesn't mention any specific names, only that it will be high-ranking officials, and that mockery of the sovereignty should be kept to an appropriate minimum when they're in the city.
Bob just sort of like looking at Angriff.
Uh-huh.
Is it that your guy?
Oh, I don't know. He's not said the name, has he?
Yeah, he's not said the name. He's literally not said the name. But you know that your guy. I think you know that your guy is not in this country. You know the guy you have to kill is a military legate upriver, basically, where Angriff is actually from.
Right.
But you don't know where the actual guy is that Angriff is after. Your best guess is the capital of the sovereignty because he's a big, rich, powerful guy who conquered an entire country and sold people off as slaves to be rich. and also killed all of Angriff's family and friends. Not to rub it in.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, tad.
Yeah.
That's why he's like that, you see.
Well, what do you want to do for the next 4 days? Do you want to have a little beach holiday? Is there like a...
You could go up just along the coast to a resort town and hang out for 4 days. just do like a beach episode.
Can we do like
yeah.
Fort Boyard or like something? Like if we're in Normandy, they'll have their little game show, you know?
Do some surfing.
Yeah.
The mental image of Angriff like in like a pair of board shorts with like a fucking pina colada and a pineapple or something.
Still miserable.
Still
with
the
like
face.
one
Just sour as anything.
one bit of like sunscreen on the nose.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Angriff is I always assumed he was a dwarf.
I mean, originally, I was gonna make him a dwarf. To be fair,
I have to keep being reminded that he's actually human because I keep
human man.
Yeah, human man. Like I'm like
Very tall dwarf.
Yeah.
A dwarf in spirit.
Yeah. The stone spirit lives in him. Right. So having got the news that there is an embassy from the sovereignty coming, are you all heading out to the Charmed Circle, where they do serve fish? It's one of their main things is that they do serve fish, fresh fish.
Our
every
main
day.
priority.
It is the most recently heard of pub that we've heard about. So yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And our main priority should be giving as much food to Catberry as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a fish stew available at the thing, and and again, the bartender is a Dragonborn. This time, a red Dragonborn.
Mm.
Is he bothered by our fiend?
No, he
Our
doesn't
pet
seem.
fiend?
He doesn't seem to care. He just thinks it's a nice cat.
Yeah.
Gives the cat a pet as it's on the bar. So
We call it. This is Matt Berry, aka Helgato.
It's a nice name. The tavern is pretty busy. It seems like this is one of those spots where people kind of trying to start off their night because it's cheap. But also, like, it's probably the kind of place you would also end up in much later if you did like a circuit around the outer city. But as you're, you can all get some very, very nice cheap ale. Actually, no, you can't because they only have one thing on the menu and it's a cider. So you're gonna have to get a cider. Random generator.
We're in the West Country again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Strongbow again.
Yeah. Fortunately, it is a house cider, so
Oh God.
it is not great, but it is very cheap for the gallon.
Yeah. I do not want to be drinking Strongbow, but there we go.
Yeah. So you are.
Is there anyone suspicious?
What, in a dingy tavern?
Us.
Yeah, you.
I take that as a yes.
Yeah, there are plenty of people who just sort of cloaked figures talking in the corner. Kind of your classic fantasy figure is just like, yeah, you know, you've got the cloaked figure in the corner talking to someone in hushed tones. You've got people playing dice games with each other. You've got other cats that have wandered into the tavern to get fish. And
Maybe we should play a dice game. We could learn something.
What? With who?
people playing dice games in the tavern.
Okay, I guess so. Yeah, sure.
I've never gambled before. Let's go.
Okay, so you walk up to this this group of men, rather burly men, who are sort of playing a dice game together. And I'm not going to explain the dice game because I don't really know dice games very well. But you can see that one of them is quite drunk and getting quite aggravated by the fact that he's losing constantly. And he's like, kind of looks at Art and maybe clocks him for also a veteran of the military in a way.
Mm.
He goes, why don't you try? Pull up a chair and you try beating him.
Sure, Barb, do you want to join us?
Sure, who are we trying to beat?
So there's this
I don't know what's happening.
a very large, long-haired man sitting across from you. Who knows who that could be? Who knows who that could be based on? Sitting across from you, has his sword on the table, ready to go.
Okay, yeah, that's threatening.
Is that your bet?
And he's got like
sword?
Sorry?
Is the sword his bet?
No. He's betting coin.
Okay.
He's got like coins. But he's got like these blue tattoos on his face and on his, but he's also topless. Very muscled. Much for Art's enjoyment there.
I don't know. I don't. It's not just the top. It was the cookies and baking as well.
yeah.
I think just being. Let's try hard.
Okay, yeah.
This guy's doing too much.
He's got the like very intricate blue tattooing on him. As they're
yeah.
As you play this dice game with him, and what's your bet? I'm gonna guess Barb.
What's the minimum bet?
Like usually a silver.
Silver sounds
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. I'll put in 2 silver.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So it's a 1-on-1 dice game. So I'm assuming Art's going up against him first. And
Sure.
Art, you lose the first bet against him. Now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can I do like an investigation check to see if there's any cheating going on?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
You can use sleight of hand for that, right? You might have a better chance of rolling.
I could do sleight of hand if I wanted to cheat.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you?
Go on.
Sorry, go
I'll
ahead.
do investigation on this first roll.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, the dice are 100% loaded. Like, you are dead certain he's loaded the dice, which is why this other drunk guy, has been losing all night long to him.
Yeah. So I'll be like, okay, need to just get into it first. And what I'll do is, I'm gonna get another drink and I'll be right back. And what I'm gonna do is like stand up and take a route to the bar, picking up the other guy's dice and swapping him for the loaded dice, and just try to do a sleight of hand, like switching the.
So you're gonna give him
the dice there.
You're gonna give him the normal dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll take the loaded dice.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Roll a sleight of hand.
My sleight of hand is +10, so this should be good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just rolled his fucking perception.
26.
Yeah, you beat his perception by 20.
Whoa!
So his perception roll.
He has been drinking.
He has been drinking. Yeah. So it's like nothing to you to.
Yeah. It's like taking sweets from a baby.
Yeah, kinda. And so now you have the loaded dice.
Yeah, I'll pick up just a standard cider.
Yeah, just another cider.
Another cider.
Yeah, the one beverage that's available. Okay.
Sit back down and then roll again, and I'll up the bet this time.
Yeah.
To make it interesting. How about we do, I don't know, 20 silver.
2 gold? Sure, 2 gold.
2 gold. Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, sure, 2 gold. He very nonchalantly puts up his 2 gold, and Art, you roll the dice and you win.
Mm.
And he kind of like has this moment where he's just sort of like, it's like the drunkenness just snapped out of him for a second. He's like, oh,
look at that.
Must have got lucky.
How much do I get? 2 gold back then?
You get your 2 gold back plus 2 gold. You get your 2
okay.
Gold. Because obviously it's just 1-to-1. This is not a roulette table. He's gonna try and roll his dice now to try and he loses again with another 2 gold bet, and he's just kind of looking confused.
All right.
And he's like gripping the table kind of hard now. Like, as this is going on, he's like visibly becoming agitated, but he knows he can't say anything about it. Like, he's
Art turns to the guy who's been losing. Is like, luck changes. That's the thing. You just have to keep if you're losing money in a bet, you just have to keep going. Because
90% of gamblers quit before they hit big. Hit it big.
Yeah, you got to wait until you hit big.
That's why they don't call it the sunk cost fallacy. They call it sunk cost. Good. Keep going.
I have a phrase, and it's that nothing bad can ever happen, and with that, roll the dice again.
And you win another 2 gold. I'm assuming it's just 2 gold against 2 gold at this point. And you win again. And the guy's like visibly getting like he's like breathing heavily because he's like, I don't know how to get out of this situation without getting my ass kicked by everyone in the bar. And
Bob sort of nudges him and says, "Hey, how about you fancy upping that bet? You seemed pretty confident earlier."
He sort of has to swallow his rage for a second. He's like, it's fine. 2 gold is a perfectly fine bet. It's higher than we usually bet around here. These people.
We're gonna do it again?
Sure. He rolls his normal dice and loses again, and he's just like,
Hey,
let me look at the dice. He just like comes out and says it.
let me look at the dice.
Yeah, just let me look at your dice.
You mean your dice?
You mean my dice? These are. He looks at the dice. He's like, these aren't my dice.
Those aren't your dice?
I didn't say that.
Does everyone in the circle say?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
everyone who's like sitting at this table of like military veterans are like looking at him now. Like, do you want to tell us something about your dice? Like, there's nothing wrong with my dice.
I'll just say, are these your dice? And put some down in front of him. And rolls them so that they roll high when he says, are these your dice? And rolls them.
And he's like, I have to leave now to go to my own planet. Like, it's like, I'm going to go find a tree to piss on. Gets up.
Mm-hmm.
But he tries to take the dice sneakily, reclaim his dice. But he just completely fumbles it and ends up knocking over the guy who was losing strength. And that guy's like, you fucking bat. He just like hits him on the like with the like hilt of his sword, just gives him a good bash on the dome and knocks him out. Always knew he was a fucking cheat.
Yeah.
No one's that lucky. And all of his mates around just start taking his pile of money for themselves. Like, he doesn't need it. He can cheat some other people for some money if he's that desperate.
I'm gonna take some money as well.
Yeah, you just take a handful of like silver. A nondescript handful of silver.
Hey, Barb, you were right. That was fun.
See?
You didn't learn anything, but you did have fun.
And in the end, isn't that the goal?
Yes.
Exactly. It's a little cautionary tale.
The friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Cheating, when you do it well, is prosperous.
Yeah.
Are you going to pocket that trick dice?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you 100%. Have a set of trick dice now, Art.
Yeah.
That will allow you to cheat in basically every dice game played in this part of the world. So that's pretty cool.
It's like good D&D.
Yeah. Okay. So, the soldiers around have kind of dispersed, but there's still the guy who was originally being cheated just being sat at the table. He's drinking, like, what looks like a really, like, rough bit of the cider from, like, the bottom of the thing. Just, like, always fucking hated that bastard.
Why were you playing with him?
Who else am I gonna play with in this place? Well, obviously he was the only one playing because everyone else fucking knew he was a cheat.
What's with the tattoos?
His tattoos. He's one of those people from the north of here. You know, he's one of those.
Up the river.
Yeah, up the river. He like points at anger. He's like one of these people, only he doesn't have the symbol on his chest or whatever.
Do you recognise this person, Angriff? And not to say you all know each other.
I'm gonna assume no.
No, this is just a guy. This is just a guy who sort of just, you know, he's not anything special. He's just a guy in a bar. Like, I was a military veteran, I guess. I served as like a sort of, what was the term? Allied cavalry to the sovereignty once. I did my 7 years and I got my retirement and they didn't even give me citizenship, and now I'm back here gambling with people like this. Anyway.
Fucking bastards.
Have you considered moving to the islands?
He laughs at the idea of moving to the islands. Oh no, I have never considered. It's awful. I hear the water there is poisoned. Makes everyone
full of sewage.
Makes everyone stupid.
I mean,
yeah, they put the stupid pills in the water. Yeah.
I mean, only one of us was just tricked by a cheater.
You make a good point. He just finishes off his cider. He's like, regardless, I just, wouldn't move to the islands. Seems like a hassle. Plus, like, we'd have to come in through that port that's governed by that, like, religious maniac that you have in charge. At least...
You know that there's what the fucking is called? There's like a bunch of I've completely forgotten the words. There's a bunch of sovereignty people. I've completely forgotten the word.
The word you're looking for is an embassy.
There's an embassy of sovereignty the sovereignty coming in a few days. Do you happen to know who these people are that are coming in the embassy?
Spent a lot of time in their military units. They're probably sending some junior military officer over. I don't know. They tend to send the young ones to places like this. They don't really respect them, so they're not going to send like the big boss to do it. It's usually they usually come with about 500 troops, and they sort of insist that they garrison the city, and they get told to leave, and then they leave. It's kind of the way
Sounds
it goes.
pointless.
Yeah, really, they're just trying to stir up trouble. You know, people are fighting.
Harass the locals.
Yeah, people are fighting out on the streets about this. Oh, should we join the sovereignty thing that's going around? I'm like, I don't think we should. Why the fuck should we? What are they gonna do? Put a legate in charge of us, some guy who just take our money and then send it back to their fucking capital. It's already made of marble.
I mean, if you want to go somewhere else, there is a dome for fucking in the river.
No, but
It's kind of
Okay, there's
We're
not.
not-
That doesn't
we're not-
exist.
Say your message. Say your message.
quickly pivot to a different topic quickly. He's just kind of like, no, I don't think that's true. That sounds made up. There's a nice thought.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like, if such a thing existed, I mean, how would that even work? And like, how do people agree to it, or are they captive, or would they even be let out eventually? I don't know. All very good questions.
All good
Weirdly enough,
questions.
weirdly enough, these are the exact questions that I was asking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know why
If
you
you
were.
could
I don't know why
believe
you were
something.
asking them, because it sounds made up. But
hey, none of it is real.
it's just like this moment
This is real.
moment of perfect clarity from that. That's like a natural 20 like perception where he sees what his reality is and just is kind of okay with it.
Art's just taken some ayahuasca by accident.
Yeah, like
Man, I'm a construct that was made by some guy somewhere.
yeah.
Discord has something to do with it. I don't know what that is, but like we are all isn't that weird, man?
Yeah,
You,
does sound weird.
You're not real.
you have the look of someone who accepts what he sees because he expects the session to end soon.
Well, I'm not really sure I'm keeping up with all of that. I maybe had one too many drinks, but yeah, I might leave the city, might do something else. The city's going to shit anyway. People are fighting it out on the streets. A lot of more nights that, more often than not, they fight out on the streets. And frankly,
What are they fighting over? Just about joining the sovereignty? Or
well,
about
yeah,
other things
there's
as well?
basically like a lot of the outer city. I don't know if you've noticed, pretty hastily built, pretty recent, and that's why there's all sorts of like people who, you know, not really usually let into the main city that much. They're let in sometimes, but like only for trades and stuff, or to get apparently the worst tasting cider in the city. But the whole thing is just like whether the people here are actually people or not is basically the argument.
I think they probably are people.
Yeah, I would
Because
think
they're
so
called
too.
people.
Yeah, it's all the merchants. They don't want us in. They don't want us in because we make the place look bad or whatever. I don't know. But they're the ones who want
Like
to...
this
fuck
Phoenix
those
Harris
guys.
guy.
Well, I don't know Venicaris, but like if he's a merchant, then maybe, because they're the ones who want to join the sovereignty. More trade, more money. You know, they can sell slaves. Big money maker in the sovereignty.
They're selling
They want to sell slaves. They can't. The Grand Duke outlawed slavery.
We have
Well, that's
actually we've
something.
been looking for these merchants' children, and we're still on the. And if anyone asks, we're still looking.
Yeah, there's no rush.
So, if I were to, is there any ways to make them recognize everyone as people? I guess
Fucking
overthrow them.
You could kill the
It
leader.
is a struggle.
Kill their fucking leader in the city. You get rid of him.
Who is their leader?
Some fucking guy called Tranquillus.
Tranquillus. Right.
He's some like merchant who bought his way into the Grand Duke's court. Wants to give the city over to the sovereignty so everyone can make more money, and the Grand Duke can keep his title, but he just has to pay the pay their, what the fuck do they call it, a consul or whatever. They have to pay them a bit of money and it's fine. He'd be an allied king. He could be elevated. He could be an allied king of the sovereignty. Fucking nonsense. They don't have allies.
That's true. I've heard what they do, unfortunately. Do you know where this guy lives?
Tranquillus, probably in the city somewhere, but...
We're not gonna kill...
No, I'm just wondering. Maybe his house is nice to look at.
We're gonna Luigi Tranquillus. Is that the fucking play now? He owns the healthcare merchants. And so
Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking caught in like a ancient Roman McDonald's.
yeah. Getting caught in Barry's and arrested. It's just... Although
One thing at a time.
Barry would never dob you in, is the thing.
Nah, Barry's sound.
Yeah. We should let this guy go. I feel like he's sad. I feel like he's had such a bad day.
He does seem to be wallowing somewhat.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna ask. Let him pet the cat. I'm gonna. Do
He
you want to pet? Do you want to pet Helgato?
he's like, I would love to pet Helgato. Pets the cat, gives a stroke on the face. He seems to have cheered up. And just gets up and staggers away. He's like, I'm gonna go home, figure out where that is. Stop, and you see him stumble out of the front door, and across the street there is another tavern, and he stumbles into the door of the other tavern, and that's about how his night is going.
Relatable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and rethink my life.
Yeah, that's it.
At the pub.
The
The
cat,
pub is just called. The bar is called home.
the cat has just kind of wandered off and has come back with a mouthful of fish from someone's fish stew, and is just
grand.
eating it at the table. Would you?
This is great.
Yeah. Angry.
Hey, Danan, introducing a cat into this, great move.
Yeah,
This is really good. This is good stuff.
Genuinely a plan I've had for ages, so I'm glad I introduced him today. But yeah,
I can't wait to get to a fight and be more worried about Elgato than anyone else.
Yeah.
So should we wait until the sovereignty embassy comes through, or we got stuff we want to do in the city?
Well, it'll arrive before you go collect the brats anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at a loss, to be honest. I'm open to suggestions.
Each episode.
Sounds like it's gonna be the beach episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch every beach episode of an anime ever for 2 weeks now. Oh no.
Well, we could just stay here for 2 days in the pub. I mean,
In the pub, in the pub, and just
it would be very much like the party to do that.
Yeah.
you just show up and you Harry Dubois. You show up, you insist you are the law. You show everyone your cool weapons. It's like, yeah, everyone saw your cool sword, please. Like,
Art
The
drives a
only
wagon
thing we have
into a
to
frozen
do-
lake.
Yeah, the only thing we need to do is pick up our magic weapons in 2 days. And then another 2 days,
embassy.
pick up some brats.
2 days is
Yeah.
embassy, then 1 day is
2 days and
brats.
then 1 day, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the order of place. So, yeah, you can figure out stuff to do for 2 days. You could investigate that knife that Barb has. You'd have a look.
Oh shit, that's
yeah.
true.
Maybe you could go talk to an expert, a wizard, perhaps.
Okay.
I guess we have to go to the university.
Maybe a wizard who specializes in knee-high artifacts and such. Maybe such a person.
There will be one at this university, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
at
guess
least
I
you
guess
know
it's
what
a university now, so I'm gonna write that down.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Wizard school.
No, okay.
I mean, a university is the perfect thing for a wizard
Yeah.
to be there, because
Yeah.
university buildings are designed as if you need magic to navigate them.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Some of the buildings.
The Adam Smith building in Glasgow, which is where their politics department is, the stairs go from first floor, you go up one flight of stairs. There's nowhere else you can turn off. You go up one stairs and you're on the third floor.
It was the engineering building at my uni that was a fucking nightmare to navigate. Because you had to know
Yeah.
exactly what entrance, which, by the way, classic engineering building to be like that. But yeah,
In Liverpool University, you wander off 2 different corridors and down some staircase into a basement, and you find a gender-neutral toilet.
Oh.
And I'm like, who is this for? Who is this for?
But yeah, okay, so does the party want to rest up for the night then, and then maybe tackle
Yes.
this knee-high artifact situation the next day?
That sounds
That
sounds perfect.
So are you going to go back to the Adventurers Guild, the Goat and Goliath, where you have a room booked already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
be dumb not to.
Yeah. Okay, so you wake up the next morning. I assume everyone's going to bed at a reasonable time and not too drunk. Wake up the next morning with sunrise.
Mhm.
You have the perpetual soup again. Very
Get
good.
some fish for the cat.
Get some fish for the cat out of the perpetual soup, even.
Mhm.
And you
I should go to the fish market.
I hope the fish are fished out eventually, because if they've been sitting in the perpetual soup for a while, they're gonna be real bad.
Well, that is kind of the charm of the soup.
Charm.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's like that 1,000-year egg thing they have in China.
It's just cooking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Not appealing. That fucking hell.
1,000-year fish.
I'm a big fan of it. Anyway. So, party, what do we do? So we're eating, and are we going to the university?
I believe that's the plan. Unless anyone has
Sure.
anything else they want to do first.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You should all discuss over breakfast what you want to do for the day, next couple of days, really.
I mean, I'm fine with the university. We should go to the fish market at some point for Helgato.
I put the dagger on the table and I say, we need to work out what the hell is happening.
Just the dagger being out makes you feel awful. You feel awful with it just being out.
The depression on the table just emanating.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember if we figured out outside of the game that Barb was probably had her soul stolen and then
There was
put
someone
in.
from the knee-high that was saying they knew about the process of how they make Janissary, how they make Warforged, and they knew that they took people from small villages like the Janissaries did at IRL
Yeah.
on the outskirts of the Empire.
So we do as a party.
Yes, but we don't. They don't normally make Warforged that are like musicians / cooks.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
It's almost like someone had a very personal reason to try and do that.
I sort of motioned to Helgato because they were selling soul gems earlier, and I just
it's like, oh yeah,
where did you get your soul gems from? Because you had a bunch of them.
Jamoboli paid us a salary.
He paid you in soul gems.
Yeah. Well, what do you think a devil's gonna pay you in? Fucking beans?
Damn.
Maybe. I don't know what devils do, man. I just live here. This dagger also has one of these soul gems in. Does it look familiar to you, or have you seen anything like this, or is it similar to the ones you used?
It just looks like a soul gem. Doesn't look particularly special. I don't know.
All right.
In Jamopolis, does he have signs that say you don't have to be infernal to work here, but it helps?
Yes, he does. He loves that sort of thing. I assume this was addressed to the cat who confirmed it.
Yeah. Sorry, Barbara's talking about serious things.
No. Now I'm just thinking about whether there's a hemp shop next door in Jamopoli's Jamopoli's dimension. This sun runs.
His plane of hell that he governs very effectively. It's the only it's the only plane of hell where there's actual growth. It's really weird how that happened.
They've been at war with another dimension as well that keeps saying they're going to get growth and it just never happens. It's really sad.
Yeah, they have really bad healthcare there for some reason.
They keep saying they're going for growth, and yet it never happens. It's a tragic story.
Yeah, some guy recently came there to the Hells and then took over and became the leader of it. It might have been assassinated by some party. Who knows? No one knows. God, that would be the worst if, the final boss of the Hells was the Kirstarmer you fucking killed.
I'm back, bitch!
Yeah. It's time to change the things that need changing. He's just, cracking his knuckles as he's doing it.
Fuck off.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Okay, so the plan for the day is fish market and university. That seems to be the only things that people want to do today.
The two destinations.
And also Pet Helgato.
Yeah, Pet Helgato, okay.
Yeah.
Very important.
and also Uni. So what order are we? Well, you can all pet Helgato now. He's not saying no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would like to go for a quick pee break so you can go to the fish market, and then I'll come back by the time we get to the university.
Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing Angriff is just kind of plodding along with this now. Doesn't seem to have much choice in what he's doing.
A bunch of stuff seems to just be happening, and
That is-
none of it makes any fucking sense. But like, there's nothing for Angriff to grow to. Like this, sense of reality.
Yeah, his sense of the world has been shattered by just hanging out with
I
these
am
people.
untethered and my rage knows no bounds.
Okay, so the party makes their way to the fish market. There is a central market. There are multiple kind of markets across the city because it's just that kind of city. But you do go to one kind of near the river that's kind of the biggest one that you could find. And yeah, there's a lot of fish being sold. And the cat is just like, can we acquire this fish?
Yeah, we're gonna get you some fish.
Yeah, but can we acquire this
Can we get
fish?
some, like-
Points at a swordfish, a whole swordfish.
How much is the whole swordfish?
See this sort of like mustachioed gentleman, just kind of
How mustachioed are we talking?
like Turkish guy.
Oh right,
Yeah,
big boss man
big
type
boss
thing.
man. Yeah, he's like, oh, it's very good fish. 5 gold for the fish.
I'm just
5
pointing-
gold.
How much is
Yeah, for the swordfish, it's 5 gold.
5 gold? I'll give you. What about 3 gold?
4 gold, 5 silver.
4 gold. 3 silver.
Alright, done.
Done.
That's
Okay.
And he does the Turkish ice cream guy trick with the with the swordfish. just for good measure, he does it. And yeah, you now have a whole swordfish for Helgato to eat, which
Yep.
when you give it to him, he makes surprisingly quick work of. Like,
Oh, I was assuming I was gonna have to carry it on my shoulder
No,
for like a day or something.
he takes good care. He's a fiend. He can eat.
Okay.
That's what fiend means. It means that they're able to.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
That's how that works.
Is it a fiend for fish?
Yeah.
All right. Well, museum then.
Yeah,
Not museum. University.
Yeah. So you make your way through the city, and it's your trip to the fish market was a relatively quick one. So it's like late morning now. You arrive on the grounds of the university, and it is it's basically a series of wizards' towers arranged in a circle. That is the university, because of course it is. It's marble towers, very fancy looking. Each would adorn.
Is there like a union building in the middle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you are confronted by these several wizards' towers, and they do have like different departments. You know, like Department of Abjuration, Department of Magical History. You know, all of this stuff. So you can kind of find your way around.
Admin.
Yeah.
I guess we're looking for transmutation, if like a soul gem.
Historical transmutation.
Or we could ask at the like Sorcerer's Apprentices Union. I don't know.
Sorcerer's Apprentices Union. Okay.
Or Sao.
Yeah. But you do find, was it transmutation? There is a transmutation building. But you don't know anyone who works here. So you walk in and there's a reception at the tower. Because this is not like an actual wizard's tower, it's just an office building. There is a receptionist there at the bottom, just seems to be doing the crossword. Just like...
Okay, I'm gonna go up forward. Do they have like a little bell to ring to let them know that?
Yeah, there's a little bell.
I'm assuming there's a series of convoluted ways to get in that involve multiple key cards, like most British universities.
Yeah, you have to like cast a quick spell to get in. You have to prestidigitate the gates to let you in.
Yeah, and if you pull it the wrong way, it locks for 5 minutes, and you have to just stand there.
Yeah.
I just missed you through it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But the receptionist young man kind of looks up, and goes, "Yeah, hi. Sorry, I was doing the crossword."
No problem. I didn't know they existed in this universe, but
one of the like guys who works here makes it and distributes it to everyone, so we have something to do during the day.
Fine.
Academia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna hit me with some like post-traumatic stress disorder if you keep doing this route.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing it to myself too. So
I used to part of my last job at academia. I had to do like procurement bits in like a basement in Manchester University, and it's one of the weirdest atmospheres you've ever been. It's like a big like warehouse. There's like 2 people in there. They're extremely hard to find. You have to go with a weird voucher system with stuff that hasn't been updated since 1950. It's incredible.
Awesome. Punch
It's
cards.
so good.
Get your punch cards ready.
Exactly.
Right. He was like, "What are you visitors to the university then?"
Yeah, I just wondered if you had anyone that's an expert on sort of an expert or even slightly knowledgeable on knee-high transmutation techniques.
Oh, yeah, I suppose there's quite a few people who would be kind of interested in that thing. There's if you go to the very top floor, you go to the very, very top floor, there's I forget her name, but because he sort of like genuinely has forgotten, because you realize now, you can see from the sweat on his face, he is hungover, so he is really struggling to like remember anyone's name. I think it's Lena, sure.
Well, it doesn't matter, mate. We'll go to the top floor like you asked. You enjoy your crossword.
And he just takes a massive swig from a goblet of water and then spits it out because he's turned it into wine by accident.
Is there any way to get there that would avoid climbing 500 flights of stairs?
Well, we do have an elevator.
Perfect.
A what?
Yeah. And you realize you have to summon it by like touching a magic rune.
I will touch the rune. I don't give a fuck.
Sends.
Yeah.
And then
When it opens up, does it just go? Da, 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 da,
That's exactly right. Yeah. There's like a gem that plays the lift music to you, and you go to the very top, and you find Lena's office.
Can we have like some like art of us in like the Mass Effect loading screen, just the party, just standing?
Okay, I will make a note. Mass Effect loading screen art.
The Mass Effect elevator.
All right, I will ask. I'll get that made. I've already
a little intermission board.
I've already like commissioned this person who did the art for this to do like a bunch of shit for me just now. Like, so I could just throw this on the fucking pile and it would probably be fine. But you have to give me an updated description of your characters because you're all wearing new armor and new shit. So yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Okay,
we'll knock on Lena's door then.
And also Catberry has to be in it. Yeah, Lena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lena.
Helgato.
Catberry. Okay. Make a note of that. So you hear a feminine voice like, "Come in."
Okay, just open the door.
Yep, and there's a
Hi.
reasonably young-ish looking elf woman, kind of perusing a book, and a reasonably youngish elf could be like 500 fucking years old for all you know.
Yeah.
Just kind of perusing a book in a sort of black sort of robe, and just having a read through it. It's like, oh, a construct. Don't get many constructs out this far from the knee-high.
Yeah, this is sort of why I wanted to come find, well, someone with your expertise. I've been told maybe you're the person to talk to about how we are made.
One, why do I exist?
Yeah, question number one, explain the meaning of
mother?
life.
What is the deal with me?
What is my purpose?
Yeah. You pass by there.
Please don't make her Seinfeld to ruin the whole thing.
No.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay.
You're gonna get a compilation, what's the deal compilation up, and then... Okay, you walk up...
Do you know anything about the process of making constructs?
Yeah, like, Warforged? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's not a terribly complicated process, but, you know, it's a little complicated. It depends on how... She sort of pauses to think about how she wants to phrase this. How fully realized you want the Warforged to be. You see, not all Warforged are like you. You know, they're not all... They don't all have personality in the same way. So you can, in the construction of it, restrict any personality. You know, that way they can, follow orders and military applications. You know, the way the knee-high would use... Well, they did it for a bit, and then they stopped. And then they tried to get rid of them all.
What happens to the soul in that case? Is it still intact, or is it like partially split off?
Well, the soul itself is kind of not so much split as stripped for parts.
Huh.
Where?
How do I tell if I have all of my parts?
Okay, well, she kind of stands up and asks, like, so do you feel, are you able to act of your own volition?
I mean, kind of, yeah. Unfortunately,
some about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, I've done a lot of very irresponsible things. So,
And-
I mean, you could debate about how intelligent I am, but I'm definitely acting of my own free will.
Okay. Do you ever feel emotions like an organic person would? She points to
Yes.
for an example of an organic person as if it was needed. Give me
Oh yeah, me and I, we're on the same wavelength. We're all totally
Yeah,
cool.
we're very similar.
And she is subtly, not very subtly, but like trying to be subtle, examining Barb sort of like without touching her at all. She's trying to figure out what the deal is with her. It's like, you do seem rather fully realized, which is, I assume, an issue for your teammates.
Yeah.
What? Why would it be?
I mean, they don't want to give me
Barb's
orders.
great.
Yeah.
If anything, we gave her drugs to become more fully realized.
That's true. I did take drugs, and they did
Oh.
work, which was interesting.
That's how we knew that she had a soul.
Yes. I mean, all Warforged have a soul as kind of at least part of a soul. It's not, but she seems to be pretty fully realized. Do you remember anything from before you became this?
I remember this, and I pull out the dagger and put it in front of me.
And you feel really, really depressed as you're looking at
Yeah.
it.
This makes me feel like shit.
So she picks it up and just examines it really closely. And goes, oh, this is interesting. I didn't think you'd have something like this on the material plane. This is a blade specifically designed to extract the souls of people and keep them relatively intact. You see, the more valuable soul gems are the souls of, good people. But the real value is in keeping their souls intact. You see your paladin friend here. His soul gem would be very valuable, but only if it was all intact and the soul was still there. The odd part is, this dagger has a soul gem in it, which they don't usually do.
Yeah.
Which
What's the deal with...
Okay. What's
What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with that?
just seems odd to have a soul gem in a dagger designed to remove souls.
Why would it make me feel shit, is what I want to know.
Maybe this
Doing
was the dagger used on you.
doing a type 5 about how, when you've got your soul gem dagger and it makes it,
Yeah.
you just put it on the kitchen table.
Yeah, maybe it's the dagger that was used on you. Maybe this is part of your soul in here. Would have been a very good person if it was. It's a very valuable soul gem. She sort of puts on like a gem inspector.
I mean,
Really valuable soul
thank
gem.
you.
Yeah.
But one of these things I've been puzzling with for a while, right? You're familiar enough with Warforged that you know most of us are soldiers.
Yes.
Even the ones with relatively intact personalities who aren't just obeying orders, they are
Yeah, the
military commanders.
commanders, yeah.
And
A particular... I seem to recall a particular knee-high prince was really fond of having this kind of army, and it went very badly wrong for him. And he got...
Oh, you know my father, yes.
That's gonna get weird.
Yeah, no, it's not my father. That was a joke. That was a joke. You know my prince.
Well, I mean, everyone knows about the knee-high prince who completely fucked it into the sun and then had his bastard brother beat him down.
That's the one. That's who, well, I assume created me, but now I'm not so sure. You see, I didn't know, and I guess that's probably for the best, how these Warforged were created. I assumed I was made by him, and he told me he made me.
Oh, he might.
And I owed him my life.
Well, he might have been. He might have made you. It's not impossible. We don't have any evidence to the contrary, but it wouldn't would something like he might have been a skilled wizard himself. But I mean,
right. But then here's the other thing. Why am I a chef and musician?
well, maybe you were one before. She just kind of says that point blank, like maybe you were one before. Like
I feel a tug from the dagger. I think at that.
yeah,
like
you have like the Disco Elysium like morale loss like moment. Where you're like, oh, it hurts.
Do you have like a flash of memory from your previous life of doing one of those computer quizzes they do in school, which tell you what your career should be?
Yeah, it's like bad.
Bard with cooking side quests.
Yeah, you do have this like flash of like you remember performing and you remember being young, and it hurts.
I put the dagger back. Would I? And this is probably not going to be an answer I like to hear. Is it possible to undo this?
Not unless you have a genie.
I look to the party and go, do you guys know where to find a genie?
No.
A genie? Why would any of us know how to find a genie?
Yeah, like, what?
Like,
My point is that you would need someone who could wish you to be, whole again.
you need to wish to be a real girl.
In essence, yes.
Well, I have this atomic kitten here. Will that help?
Don't think
I can make you whole again.
But it would take.
I've got a big bag of soul gems.
But the real sort of point is, it would take immense power. Deal with a devil, wish from a genie. You could do, I don't know, you could collect a bunch of soul gems from people and then destroy them and use them to restore yourself to your previous form. Maybe fuse you with this.
Any more ideas?
I'd rather not commit unlimited genocide to become my body again. So I'm going to put
not unlimited, only,
Limited genocide.
only 20 paladins or 100,000 normal people.
20 paladins seems doable.
Does the oath make their soul stronger?
It's basically because a soul gem is created usually when you do a deal with a devil. So if you're lawful good and you do a deal with a devil, it's the most valuable thing. It's like the highest quality of thing that you can get.
I see.
Everyone's been like,
Now it makes sense.
So does this imply, and I don't mean this might sound like blasphemous or like treason,
20 angrams.
that does this imply that the prince, not only did he not do this by himself, but there was a devil involved in the process
Not necessarily.
of making the
The
Warforged?
Nihai are very, very skilled at magic. They may not have even needed a devil to do it, not to create a Warforged. For some of them, it would be trivial. They have absurd access to absurd arcane knowledge that we don't even have. Why do you think they're kicking the sovereignty's teeth in at every other battle?
I have one more question. Is there anywhere, I guess, in the sovereignty to avoid having to go back to where I will probably be enlisted in some sort of army? Is there anywhere I could gain more information on, I guess, bard registries? Or like...
Bard registry?
do you have a license for that loot?
Yeah. What do you think the Nihai are like, that they keep like a bureaucracy of bards?
Yeah. Are you part of like I don't know, a
guild,
member of
listen,
the Bards
listen.
Union?
I'm making
Guild?
it canon now that Barb's like her intelligence is mostly in the soul gem. Like the part of her that's Barb is very stupid for a reason, canon reasons.
I mean, maybe there's a bardic guild in the Nihai Imperium, but I wouldn't know why the sovereignty would keep a record of their bards. Maybe,
I don't know. They seem like smart people. They keep records.
Maybe if you know someone high up in the Nihai, bureaucracy, maybe they could tell you.
Fuck, I do know the prince, actually. I can't go back to him for a while, though. But I'll keep it in mind.
Well,
Thank you. Actually, genuinely, thank you for your help. This has been enlightening and depressing, but in a hopeful way.
yeah, you can find 20 paladin soul gems. You just got to do a deal with the devil.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Look. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not encouraging any particular direction of or action. You know, just is the easiest way. Find a genie.
Yeah,
Find someone
that
who
might
can
be
cast-
less problematic.
Find someone who can cast wish. Pray to a god that maybe
Wish?
will use the spell wish to make you whole again. Who knows?
I mean, I do have a prayer to a god literally on my sword, and I draw the Zulfikar.
Oh no! You've
She says the Shahada.
You've Islamized this woman. God damn it! No, we keep doing this. Like, I'm not familiar with that particular item, but it's very bright, and I'd appreciate it if you put it away. It is like blindingly bright for everyone.
Some people aren't ready.
Yeah. They're not ready to receive the light of Allah, literally.
The light of Allah.
Literally in this case. Look, it's not... You might have to content yourself with your present form. But look on the bright side, you're immortal.
Yeah. I got in a bag once.
You got in a bag once.
That was bad.
You're probably an exceptionally talented musician. It doesn't have to be all bad. And, you know... Actual bodies, not all they're cracked up to be sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough.
And you might regret reuniting with who you were before. No guarantee it was good.
It would be nice to know, though, wouldn't it?
It'll be like Severance.
Yeah. So there is another option aside from 20 paladins, and it's therapy, I guess.
It's okay. Your choices are 20 paladins, therapy, genie, someone who can cast a spell, wish, which would be lich, which is kind of unfortunate. Praying to a god who can cast a spell, wish, or doing a deal with a fey entity that can do that sort of thing. Maybe red, maybe Rosie.
Yeah. I got to think about it. I'll write Rosie down with a question mark.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Bob's notes later, and it's just going to be like paladins ? Underlined multiple times.
It's just like wondering if I'm racist towards a bunch of different races.
Paladins, do they fuck ? Maybe.
Oh yeah, there's do they fuck and they fuck. Those are two different.
Do they
races.
fuck? Answer: it's complicated.
Yeah.
Things that fuck. Do you want payment for this? This has been unusually helpful.
I work in academia. I don't expect money.
Yeah, I the city pays me a generous stipend that allows me to live in relative luxury, so I do not need that.
That's
that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can say what you like about the Grand Duke, that he's a hereditary monarch, that he's maybe ill-equipped to do the job of telling the sovereignty to fuck off, but he doesn't underpay academic staff.
Well, she is living in a fantasy land. So
Yeah, well, that's the other trick of it, isn't it? And so
that's the fantasy part.
With that exchange,
orcs, they're real. Academia paying well. That's fantasy.
Yeah. So with that exchange complete, she returns to her book, and you will make your way out. Down the elevator again with the crystal playing the music, and you're out in the university grounds, which is where we'll end it for now. And it is around you're probably solidly into the afternoon now on day 2. So you've got a little bit of time. You've got 4 days till the sovereignty shows up. Wait, you got 1 day until you got to pick up your stuff, 3 days until the sovereignty shows up, and then another day when you have to go get your things. So that's it. Go.
It's all gonna kick off.
Yeah. And then 4 brats. I'm gonna write brats. I'll know what that means. All right. Well done, everyone. Hope we had fun with that, and I hope we actually made some progress and some story progress even. And we met Red again, and we've got a cat.
Yeah.
And we've got a cat. It's going really well.
I never can.
It's going very well. There's like brats
Nothing
around.
bad
These
happen.
students, they're so Julia. We don't know how to deal with it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
All right,
well.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
sign off now.
I'll switch